Hello, good morning, and welcome to Joy News at 6. The news is live on Joy 99.7 FM and hits 103.9 FM in Accra. In Kumasi, we on Love 99.5 FM and over 30 affiliates across Ghana's 16 regions, including Volta Premier and Kekele FM Ho, and many Veve Aplawo and Lolonyo FM Hohoi. Get radio, TV, and online content on the myjoyonline.com interactive app for Android and iOS devices. Coming up, Organized Labour unites with the minority in Parliament to hit the streets later this morning in protest of a 60% sale in SSNIT Hotels to Agric Minister Bryan Acheampong.
God himself has sent the honorables to intervene. Otherwise, look, they will sell the hotels, they will sell the SNIT itself.
We insist that President Akufo-Addo should immediately stop the sale of our SNIT hotels.
Also, Parliament's Agric and Cocoa Affairs Committee summons Agric Minister over soaring food prices on the market.
The chairman has invited the Minister of Agric to appear before the committee. I'm told that a meeting is being set up.
In business,
IMF sets June 28 as board meeting date to consider Ghana's second review and possible approval and disbursement of $360 million for the country. We've got details on the Joy Business Report.
And later, Ministry of Health urges immediate end to medical laboratory workers' strike, calls for renewed negotiations on service conditions. These and more with me, Mamiesi Nyamiche Thompson. Stay for details. And this morning, Organized Labour, in unity with the Minority Caucus in Parliament, will demonstrate against the sale of 60% stake in SNIT Hotels to Minister for Food and Agriculture, Bryan Acheampong. United Gadangme Caucus, La Youth Groups, and Arise Ghana are also expected to join this demonstration. Secretary General of the Ghana Federation of Labour, Abraham Kumsin, says the impending sale of the hotels could jeopardize the finances of SNIT and set a bad precedent, a reason they will demonstrate against the sale.
God himself has sent the honorables to intervene. Otherwise, look, they will sell the hotels, they will sell the SNIT itself and everything. That's what they wanted to do. Because if the ILO, so if they have come out with a report saying that SNIT will not live beyond 10 years, it's very serious.
Well, as they prepare to demonstrate this morning, Noktong MP Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, who first brought the issue to light, wants the immediate cancellation of the deal by President Akufo-Addo.
We insist that President Akufo-Addo should immediately stop the sale of our SNIT hotels. We want an immediate declaration from the president, because since we started this agitation, all the president has done is to ask Organized Labour to go and meet the employment minister, to go and meet the SNIT board, at which meetings, as Organized Labour has told us, these appointees of the president try to convince them to agree with them for the sale to go ahead.
And you had Noktong MP Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa. We have more on this development right here on Joy News. We are your eyes and ears on the ground, and we'll bring you all the updates on this demonstration. Meanwhile, in Parliament, the Agric and Cocoa Affairs Committee has summoned the Minister of Agric, Bryan Acheampong, to brief the House on government's interventions to deal with the soaring food prices on the market. Many traders have attributed the surge to various factors ranging from transportation, inflation, change in weather conditions, among others. Joy News' Sema Fakpesu went shopping at the Malamata market here in Accra and reports that the traders no longer sell tomatoes below 20 cedis.
20 cedis, 40 cedis. 4.
We sell 4 for 20 and 40 cedis. We import the tomatoes from Cote d'Ivoire.
My market, we say 200 cedis, 100 cedis. Where 40 cedis.
People cannot buy the tomatoes when they come to the market. 20, 40, and 100 cedis. How much will the person buy aside from the other ingredients?
Vendors are seeking government intervention to stabilize the prices of essential inputs. They also hope for better infrastructure support to reduce transportation costs.
Sema Fakpesu with that report. Now, Deputy Ranking on the Agric and Cocoa Affairs Committee, Dr. Godfrey Giselle, is raising questions about budgetary allocations to support hundreds of farmers in tomato and onion production.
Fortunately, this has been realized by the committee, and the chairman has invited the Minister of Agric to appear before the committee. I'm told that a meeting is being set up for next week. Now, if this meeting comes off, we will have an official briefing on what exactly has been happening, what can still happen, and we as a committee, how we'll be able to help. But as it stands now, trust me, it doesn't look good.
Dr. Godfred Jasau is deputy ranking on the Agric and Cocoa Affairs Committee. Now, the Ministry of Health is appealing to the Medical Laboratory Professional Workers Union to call off its strike to continue negotiations on its working conditions. The Medical Laboratory Professional Workers Union served notice of the strike to begin on Monday following stalled negotiations with the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission. The strike, they warned, could cost lives. Well, this morning, Joy News has received a statement from the ministry and is calling on them to exercise restraint. My colleague Maxwell Agbaba gives us details. Maxwell, what are there?
Well, it says majority of the items proposed by the association have been agreed upon by the government negotiations team. However, uniform, special projects, unsociable and communication allowances proposed by the union are still under various stages of negotiation. Now, the ministry can confirm that negotiations are ongoing and therefore appeal to Milpo leadership to reconsider its decision to strike and return to the negotiation table with the government's teams, which include the Ministry of Health, Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Employment and Labour Relations, and the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission. They are appealing to the medical laboratory professional workers to exercise patience as the government negotiation team, supported by the ministry, expedites the negotiations to enable Milpo to call off its strike.
Thank you very much, Maxwell. Now, checks by Joy News Research Desk has revealed government planned expenditure for this year could exceed that of 2023 by more than 50 billion cedis. There's more in the following News Desk report by our research team.
This government is not willing to cut expenditure. In crisis, you slash expenditure and increase revenues. All they're doing is increasing revenues, but without reducing expenditure.
That was the NDC's flag bearer, John Dramani Mahama, who said government has been wasteful in its expenditure. However, Vice President and flag bearer of the NPP, Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia, insists his government has been prudent and has even cut expenditure.
Government on its part has cut down general expenditure significantly.
But an independent check by Joy News show that general expenditure by government is expected to increase from 206 billion cedis last year to 259 billion cedis this year, yielding a 25.7% rise. However, the rate of increase is relatively lower compared to the 41.6% rise between 2022 and 2023. In short, government expenditure has not reduced, but rather, the rate at which more expenditure is added has slowed.
Away from that, residents who live at Aveno in Accra are asking for immediate dredging of drains there to ensure the water flows freely to avoid flooding. Hannah Adami has more in this report.
Grace Gavo, a trader who has stayed in this vicinity for 18 years, knows the dangers associated with her residency in such flood-prone area. But she cannot relocate, as she says she cannot afford the rents in other parts of the city.
I have lost count of my property that has been swept away whenever it rains. My wish is to relocate, but I can't pay the rent in other parts of the city which do not get flooded. We plead with government to constantly dredge the lagoon so that it does not overflow when it rains.
Her plight is reiterated by Nana Kwame, a mechanic who recalls how all the workers run to safety when the rain starts.
By last 3-4 years in by 2024
the inconsistency in dredging it of all sand has been our problem. When the rain falls continuously, the water overflows its banks, and the force is strong enough to wash vehicles away.
St. Mary's Boys Senior High School defeated Impol, Halfasini Beidu Benso and St. Augustine Senior High Schools to book a spot in the national quiz. James Aveji has more on this report.
We expect to win, always win. There's no competition, man. Win, competition.
Schools like Presex, St. Augustine, Achimota are all listening.
Yeah, we know they are listening, but still we are coming. We are coming live and carried. And St. John's, they are our targets. They kicked us out last year, so we want to take revenge on them. St. John's.
St. John's should look out for you.
Yeah, they should look out for us live and carried.
How many points are you beating them with?
Oh, not less than 70. Not less than 70.
You are getting 70 points.
No, like the gap. The gap, not less than 70.
70?
Yes, not less than V. He said.
That sounds like a lot of V.
Yeah, because I know my boys. They are prepared. They are fully prepared.
Have you consulted them? Have they given you the go ahead to say what you are saying?
Of course, yes.
So you think that they can give you 70 points?
Sure.
James Areji's report bringing us to the end of this bulletin this morning on Joy 99.7 FM. I am Amisi Nyamiche Thompson. There's more news on myjoyonline.com. Up next is business on the Super Morning Show.
Do you have a game-changing and innovative business idea or project that can impact the society? This is your moment. Total Energies presents the 4th edition of the Startupper of the Year Challenge. This year, we are looking for 3 winners. The best entrepreneur, also called the InnovUp winner. The best project or innovative business idea that exemplifies the principle of recycling and minimizing waste, also called the Cycle Up winner. And the best project that promotes or relates to sustainable and affordable energies, also called the Power Up winner. And that's not all. 4 additional projects in the Power Up category will be selected by an international jury. Don't wait any longer. Apply at www.startupper.totalenergies.com for a chance to win financial support, professional mentorship, and a spotlight for your project. Terms and conditions apply.
They say a butterfly flapping its wings in Accra can cause a tsunami in Bangkok. So what if your factory in Insawam could shake up the stock market in Hong Kong? What if your business in Elmina could affect fish production in Norway? What if your refinery in Tema could affect the price of petrol in Moscow? Well, now it can because you have access to the bank with the largest number of customers in Africa. Access to our global branch network.
Bonjour. Good morning.
Our robust asset base and an unparalleled digital infrastructure. So go ahead and flap your wings wherever you are, because with us you have access to an entire world of possibilities. Access more than banking.
No matter your water needs, Sintex has it all. Sintex tank was first to introduce double layer tank, and now you can have as many layers as you want. Sintex tank was first to introduce white inner layer tanks in Ghana, and now introduces the customer specs order, which will let you order any color and size you want. Sintex tanks gives you the biggest warranty of 7 years, which no other tank gives you. So whatever your water consumption, size of project, or demand, choose Sintex tank. Sintex tank, stress-free. Sintex tank, reliable. Sintex tank, maximum guarantee. Call 0244 335 168, Kumasi 0505 555 666, or visit sintexgh.com. Sintex tank, a strong, a tough.
Hello, Auntie Araba. Hey, Bugger, how are you doing today? I want to buy Pepsodent Cavity Fighter, but I don't have enough money. So what are you going to do? Can you give me the big size? You know, as for me, I'll pay the balance later. Today, no credit. I haven't sold much this morning. If you don't have enough money for the big size, why don't you try the 120-gram pack? There's a 120-gram pack? Introducing the new Pepsodent Cavity Fighter in 120-gram pack size. More affordable and convenient. Get yours today from any supermarket near you. Every smile matters. This advert is FDA approved.
Do you know what that is? It's the sound of me looking into my Nido 23 grams promo sachet for a code so I can win in the Nido Opa Tampamo promo.
Become one of the 3 lucky winners of a fully paid family getaway in Nido's of Acheampong promo. Look inside your Nido 23 grams promo sachet for a code. Dial *380*11# and follow the prompts for a chance to win big. This advert is FDA approved.
Hello? Yo, bro! SG Ghana has done it again. Low interest rates on loans this year too. Yatisubium.
Kojo, I'm at church.
Better double your offering because SG Ghana is about to bless you. Yatisubium. Low, very low interest rates on loans this year too. It's difficult to keep good news to yourself, especially when it can transform your life and those close to you. SG Ghana went low on interest rates last year, and this year we are even lower. Yes, Yatisubium. Get the money you need to turn your dreams into a reality. Visit any SG Ghana branch near you and speak to our dedicated staff about the amazing Yatisubium loans today. You can also call 0302-214-314 for more details.
Kojo, it's 3 a.m. What now?
Yatisubium. Okay, bye. Societe Generale Ghana. The future is you.
All right, so welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. The 6 a.m. news brought to us by Total Energies. Total, we go the extra mile for you. Coming up now is the Joy Business Report, brought to us by Omni Basic Bank at your service. Akbafu.
Hey,
good morning.
We are back again.
Yeah, we're back again. For many, it looks like, feels like a Monday today, but it's not.
It's not. It's not. Especially if we worked yesterday.
Yeah, we worked yesterday, so we know that it's Tuesday.
It's
when I was
Tuesday.
driving to work this morning, I was like, oh, okay, I see the cars are back on the road. Yesterday, the roads empty. You didn't find cars on the road. But hey, hope you had a good night's sleep.
I managed.
You managed?
I managed, yeah.
Oh, why? Well, did you sleep in paradise? You know paradise?
I do know paradise.
Oh, did you sleep in paradise?
No, I didn't sleep in paradise.
Okay, then you didn't. Well, this morning we're having a conversation about mandatory health insurance for foreigners. You know, over the weekend, yesterday in particular, many of you have been discussing this. You've been asking questions. You've said, why the need for a mandatory health insurance? You've said, what would that entail? And a lot of questions. So we decided, okay, why don't we talk about it? But also, I mean, we got a statement from the Minister of Health, okay?
Okay.
Now, that statement from the Minister of Health says, the Ministry of Health would like to clarify that a recent announcement regarding a mandatory health insurance policy for non-Ghanaian resident visitors is a proposal from the National Health Insurance Authority and not a policy of government. While the proposal aims to ensure that foreign nationals have access to healthcare during their stay in Ghana, it is important to note it has not yet been discussed or approved by Cabinet. Okay. We urge the public to disregard any misinformation that may suggest that a policy has been finalized and its mode of implementation settled. We assure the public that any policy and its implementation shall be thoroughly scrutinized and taken through all necessary protocols to establish its benefits for the people of Ghana before being settled upon. And this is dated, I think, 18th June 2024. That's today. Okay. So it was released, at midnight. But we decided to do our checks. Few checks. And this is what we found out. This is a story on Graphic Online, dated 20th February 2024. I read the first paragraph because we'll come back to it. The Ministry of Health has launched a national health insurance policy to cover foreigners who visit the country for a short period. Which date? 20th February 2024. Stay with us here on the Super Morning Show. I mean, we get to break everything for you, and we get to ask the right questions and get the right persons to address them. But also coming up this morning is the demonstration against the sale of 60% of Snit shares in 4 hotels.
Well, apparently it's still going ahead.
Yes, it's going ahead. So the demonstration is today. Yes, we'll tell you more. Samuel Okujeto-Ablakwa will join us right here on the Super Morning Show. He will tell us more. But now time for the Joy Business Report with Darryl Kwao and the team.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up, IMF says June 28 as board meeting date to consider Ghana's second review and possible approval and disbursement of $360 million for the country. Also coming up, Association of Ghana Industries backs proposals by former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta for ECOWAS to concentrate on strengthening payment systems rather than introduce the ECO. Also, aggrieved customers of Gold Coast Fund Management issue a 2-week ultimatum to Dr. Papa Kwesi Ndum to pay money owed them. Details coming up. My name is Darryl Kwao. Thanks for being with us this morning. Hello to our friends listening from Koforidua on KTU Radio. The IMF has set June 28 as board meeting date to consider Ghana's second program review and possibly approve some $360 million for the country. This is what Joy Business has picked up from persons with knowledge of the IMF's workings and discussions with the official creditor committee. Meanwhile, a finance professor at the Andrews University, Williams Reprise, urging government to be transparent and accountable with its commercial creditors in the process of restructuring debt, with Ghana working to finalize negotiations with Eurobond and commercial creditors. This week, Professor Williams Reprise said government needs to adopt a transparent approach in order to fast-track the process.
And when it comes to communication, it must be transparent. And transparent communication means that it must be communicated regularly and clearly. So whatever message government is using to negotiate with these commercial creditors must be firmed back and clearly communicated. Then in terms of the negotiation approach, it must be a cohesive negotiation strategy. The issue of treating all parties equally and in an equitable way is very, very important. The parties will want to believe that if the restructuring is going to be about 20% or 10%, it should be across board. And that has been the major concern. It looked like maybe our government did a segmented approach, used a segmented approach, and was going to have different strategies for different debt Eurobond holders. So, but from the discussion, they want to be treated fairly and equally, and this is a principle that must be upheld.
You had Williams Repart, the finance professor at the Andrews University, and like he indicates, the commercial creditors want to be treated similarly, and that has been a setback as the negotiations go ahead. Hopefully that is resolved. Now, the Association of Ghana Industries is backing proposals for ECOWAS to concentrate on strengthening payment systems within the region rather than introduce as the single currency, the ECO. The former Minister of Finance, Ken Ofori-Atta, has argued that the time has come for the region to look at trade harmonization and improving upon payment systems rather than introduce the ECO. He also says that a lot more countries have not shown much commitment to the introduction. Chonam Akpelo is Greater Accra Regional President of the Association of Ghana Industries. He has been reacting to this.
Economics of Africa are different. There are different features of the different countries we have in Africa. It is making it difficult to have single currency. Probably we should hasten slowly. Probably we need to focus on just having digital payments that is able to allow us to do transactions in our local currencies seamlessly. I believe if we're able to do that, then that can be a way.
Chonam Akpelo is Greater Accra Regional President of the Association of Ghana Industries, speaking to Joy Business at Nassau in the Bahamas. Now, aggrieved customers of Gold Coast Fund Management have issued a 2-week ultimatum to Dr. Papa Kwesi Ndum to pay monies owed them. The group believes the owner of the defunct fund management firm has not been open about the dealings of the firm and unfairly treated customers. There's more from this report filed from a press conference held by the group.
At a press conference, the aggrieved customers of the defunct Gold Coast Fund Management called out the global chairman of Group Indum, Dr. Kwesi Ndum, who is on a campaign to revive the operations of his collapsed bank.
We consider the above enumerated statement made by Dr. Kwesi Ndum as unfortunate, arrogant, shameless, cruel, and mischievous, and therefore entreat the general public to disregard Dr. Ndum's claim.
The group has issued a 2-week ultimatum to Dr. Kwesi Ndum.
We, the aggrieved customers of Gold Coast Fund Management, are giving Dr. Kwesi Ndum 2 weeks timeline starting from June 17, 2024 to July 1st, 2024 for Dr. Kwesi Ndum to address the following. Why did he deceive us for almost 6 years that The greatest quantum of client investment was invested in government infrastructure projects. Dr. Indium should come out with a payment plan that would not exceed 90 days settlement plan.
The group also appealed to the Special Parliamentary Committee to assist in the payment of customers.
You're listening to the Joy Business Report. The Ghana Shippers Authority has said that it is engaging the Bank of Ghana to fix a workable exchange rate regime for importers at the ports. The assurance comes after years of complaints from importers due to the exchange rate volatilities. Speaking to Joy Business, Head Business Development and Commercial Services at the authority, Fred Esedudate, said they are hopeful the meeting with the Bank of Ghana will be fruitful.
All right, so the industry has a challenge with the arbitrary application of exchange rates. This matter has been with us for quite a bit, and we have engaged at the highest level the Bank of Ghana on it to give direction in terms of how to address it. They have provided some guidelines, and we are following through. In fact, we have done some extensive work, but we are yet to engage with the Bank of Ghana, and we believe that that process will lead to a definitive, pronouncement or directive that will lead us all out of this quagmire.
Fred Esedudate, Head Business Development and Commercial Services at the Ghana Shippers Authority. Meantime, players in the downstream petroleum sector are calling on the central bank to improve foreign exchange liquidity for players in the downstream sector. Speaking to Joy Business at the 10th anniversary of Mysol Energy Company Limited, Chief Finance Officer Martin Enim noted that the difficulty in accessing dollars in the trading of the commodity makes it difficult for product pricing as well. He further called for a holistic approach to this and saying that that could drive down petroleum prices.
Our business actually affects cascade across all other sectors of the economy. If the dollar is high, we price same into our product, and that will impact inflation and impact the general macroeconomic environment of the country. So it is crucial that more of the dollars, the auctions that BOG is doing is very perfect, is very good. But what they need to do is to increase the liquidity at that side so that can feed into our pricing and bring the prices down for Ghanaians to be able to buy petroleum product at a cheaper price.
Chief Finance Officer of Mysol Energy Company Limited, Martin Enim. Let's turn to the stock market as we begin a new week. Actually began yesterday. It was a holiday. But here's Grace Munayon of Data Bank Research, who says there will not be much price activity this week.
Last week's trading concluded with 8 price movers, consisting of 6 gainers and 2 laggards. The gainers were GCB Bank, Standard Chartered Bank, Societe Generale, Total Energies, Atlantic Lithium, and Ben's Oil Palm Plantation. Conversely, the decliners were Guinness Ghana Breweries and New Gold. Accordingly, the Data Bank Stock Index increased 0.48% weekly to a year-to-date gain of 20.27%. However, the Ghana Stock Exchange Composite Index lowered 0.13% weekly to a year-to-date gain of 20.35%. Aggregate weekly turnover totaled 12.3 million Ghana cedis from the exchange of about 2 million shares across 23 counters. New Gold was the topmost counter, accounting for 41% of the recorded turnover. Based on the bids and offer dynamics of the market, we do not expect much price activity this week. For Joy Business Reports, Grace Munanyun of Data Bank Research.
Thanks, Grace. Turning to Investor Eye today, it is always important to diversify your investments to reduce the risk of losing in the capital market. Let's listen to Director General of the Securities and Exchange Commission, Reverend Daniel Gbamitete, as he gives some advice on how to diversify investments to avoid losing your money.
For that, no matter how good the returns are, you still must respect the principle of diversification, because if you put all your eggs in one basket and there's a false move, you lose everything. Okay, so I think we need to revisit the issue of how we invest and how we ensure that we avoid concentration risk. What is really happening with this domestic debt issue is that the issuer, in this case the government, had issues. If, let's say, it was a corporate, a company that issued a bond, and it also had issues, you would also have, and you had invested in the bond. So the point really is, When you are investing, you need to understand who the issuer is, especially if it's a debt instrument like a bond. You need to understand who the issuer is. You need to understand the risks that you are exposing yourself to.
And that's Investor Eye. Today, make a date on Thursday for another episode. Before we go, let's check the markets for you. Let's begin with the currency market. The dollar going for 15 cedis 45 pesos, the pound 19 cedis 53 pesos, and the euro 16 cedis 53 pesos. Also on the commodity market this morning, crude oil has gone up to $84 a barrel. Gold increased by $2 to open trading at $2,321 an ounce. Cocoa dropped by more than $500, selling this morning at $9,151 a ton. More news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. My name is Daryl Carl. Thanks for listening. The Super Money Show continues with Winston and the team.
Thank you very, very much, Daryl Carl, for the Joy Business Report here on the Super Money Show. Let me see the dollar. How's the dollar performing?
Okay, I have it on my board here.
So please share it with me.
So it's 15 cedis. Let me just 15 cedis 45 pesos. Yeah.
I critical. Anyway, thank you very much. Raymond, you want to say something? It's critical.
The measures are working.
Which measures?
The measures put together and announced by the Bank of Ghana,
including
and the other person, finance minister. They are working perfectly.
And they are working.
So the measures are not supposed to reduce it; they are supposed to stabilize it. So I've been hearing 15 last week, through to this week. It's still 15. So to my mind, it is working. Okay. As to whether that reflects the facts on the ground, well,
I like that analogy.
To my mind,
yes.
Stabilizing is.
To my mind, the measures should help the city appreciate.
Really?
Yes. Because, you see, Raymond...
Where are we getting the money from?
Yeah, but that's the point.
Because we've been fighting Abochi for God knows how long. Now, Abochi is even tired.
But we know where the money's... where the dollars are in this country.
I see. Then... maybe the Bank of Ghana should come and call you. The other time I was asking distinguished economists in this country to show up and make sure they save the country, because the way we are going, it's almost as if we have given up generally.
Look, there are places in this country,
yes,
where if you go, you may see those places as slums, but Abochi is there.
Yeah,
he has hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Okay.
In fact, the Abochis, they meet people in the banks and give them dollars. Are you not aware?
Oh, I have not known that for a long time. Or that we are aware.
Well, I mean, rumor has it.
Okay.
No, it happens.
But, I mean, please, can we take it out of the rumor and give it to Bank of Ghana? They appear not to know these things.
They don't know.
They really are looking in the wrong direction.
We'll show them.
So, Central Bank, the laws of this republic says you should give us stability of the currency.
Yes.
No, the law doesn't use relative in there. Stability of the currency. The expectation is that you deliver on that mandate alone. We pay you very, very well. I mean, from top to down. Yeah. Recently, I saw they are being paid very, very well.
But to be fair, the central bank is doing its best.
We expect to see. Me too. I'm doing my best. Me, I'm doing my best in this republic. Everybody is doing their best. The expectation is that when you are given a responsibility, you deliver on it. If you're unable to deliver, you let somebody else do the job.
About it. Let's also talk about the fiscal measures.
Okay, guys, you know what? Let's go for our inspirational song. We'll come back and talk about it.
Okay,
Daryl will join us for news review.
Yes,
we can have that conversation. Time now for our inspirational song for today, and that's Tobe Chukwu, Praise God. That's by Nathaniel Bassi.
of within a range, or that you agree, right?
And I guess
I've been hearing 15 for God knows how
which
long.
is relative.
At some point, I've heard some say, let it find its own level. If it's 20 cedi, let it find that level. If it's 10 cedi, let it find that level. If it's 15 cedi, let it find that level. Let's not pretend that we can continuously, because there's no Eurobond money coming in. That one we know for a fact, right? That one we can't deceive ourselves. And the cocoa too has become something which is there.
Well, so the IMF apparently has set a date, 28 June, for a meeting which would see the release of some 360 million. It's not much money, but hopefully we can do something.
But 300 will be a drop in the ocean, mindful of the needs of
let's get into the drive safe
Winston
campaign
and his Abochi friends.
Winston says he knows where they are.
Oh, yes.
As I say, the Bank of Ghana knows where they are.
Oh, really? Anyway, let me bring you the Drive Safe campaign, which is brought to you by Joy News and the Multimedia Group and supported by Toyota Superior Quality. You've heard this before, right? 1/3 of fatal crashes were attributed to distracted driving. Cell phone use is one of the leading causes of distracted driving. However, other deadly distractions that take your attention from driving includes eating, applying makeup, have you seen that thing before? You reach the traffic light, and the woman is very busy.
Charlie.
Yeah, she'll do some 15 seconds of the makeup before she moves on. Sometimes she forgets that she's in the traffic anyway. Well, yeah. And the eating too, and also sometimes taking care of children and changing radio stations happens a lot. And see, the 2 seconds you may use if you are speeding to just switch and look. Yes, a lot can happen within that space. So be the focused driver, and of course, your attention should be on the driving. You should not be distracted, especially with cell phones while driving. And the situation can be averted, or you can, even if you are likely to get into trouble, if you are attentive, you can do a lot with these seconds. The same time that if you are not really attentive, you will not be able to do much. So the advice is
keep
focus. Yes.
Yeah, that's very, very important. Keep your eyes on the road.
Yeah.
Well, let's learn how to say it right. Brought to us by Kingdom Books at Kingdom. Quality and affordability are their hallmarks. And Societe Generale Bank Ghana, the future is you.
Something must be done.
So, Raymond, today's word is a very simple one. I'm sure over the last 2 days we've all been using it. MANDATORY. Mandatory. Not mandatory. Mandatory. Daryl, you're laughing, eh?
Yeah, I just looked at Raymond's face. He seemed unimpressed.
Yes, because it's, all of us have been saying, oh, mandatory.
Mandatory.
Yes,
but it's what?
Mandatory.
Yeah.
Yes,
mandatory.
if you want to say it right.
One sounds mandatory. The other sounds
mandatory. Yes.
The other has no power in it.
Well. I mean, if you know how English language is sometimes. So
mandatory.
Yes, if you want to say it right, that's how you say it. Okay, the stress is on the first syllable, and that's how you say it right.
Mandatory.
Yes.
It is mandatory that the steady is stabilized.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you for understanding.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sure we can get into the papers now. A newspaper review brought to us by Syntex Tank, You're Stronger, You're Tough, and Access Bank, more than banking.
Let me start with the Daily Graphic and is reporting this morning. Court dismisses Atuforce's appeal for lack of merit. There is also show compassion for well-being of all. Former President Mahama charges citizenry. There is the other one, December polls. Focus on policies, not religion. Yeah. Dr. Bamia is advising we, the people, the people who vote in the election. Yes. Yeah. Because ID card, I don't have one.
You still don't have the voter's ID?
No. They did not give me. Yeah, but they did not give me.
How come?
I had stated categorically that they should give me. They didn't give me.
I still have mine.
Yeah. I'm waiting. Maybe they'll consider with.
No, there's. I'm told there'll be a mop up. There may be a mop up, so you can probably.
Yes, please mop up. I would have called Dr. Sebo Kwaku now too. He's doing training. I'm not sure he's aware of the mop up timetable. So I'm not sure. So who should I call now?
Why don't you just join the queue?
Who is the new director of electoral services? I have no idea. I have to look for him. He has to pencil my name on top of the list of those on the waiting list, if there is any list like that. Anyway, now the other story that Dr. Bamia has been saying that we should focus on policies and not religion.
Okay.
Yes, which is important. We have had this conversation here before. Yes, you should not focus on religion. You should focus on policies. It's very, very, very important. Policies are important.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
No, the way you say you agree, I don't understand.
No, I agree that we should focus on policies and not religion. Yes.
Yeah, but that one, everybody agrees, right? Or which do you disagree?
No, I mean...
The entire nation agrees that we should focus on policy and not religion.
Well, I think he just wants to make a point, you know.
There is what you agree, and there's also what people believe.
So if Dr. Bamia had not been in the religious minority of Islam, would he have made this point?
Well, for emphasis' sake, he has to remind us that it's about policy.
I think that Dr. Bamia himself, by virtue of his consistent attending of church services, whenever he does, and whenever he speaks,
and his reminder to people that he was part of the Boys
Brigade
actually draws a lot of attention to the religious aspect of this election. So now that he's saying that, what it means is that he must also reduce the consistent reference to religion.
Yeah, because I think he plays it up
by
a lot.
virtue of his consistent appearance and always trying to remind people of what he may have done in the past.
Because it appears he has to bend over backwards to ingratiate himself with the Christian majority.
So. I don't think there's a problem with him reaching out. Look, I just feel that you don't bring it up a lot. That's
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think that by virtue of Ghana being mostly Christian, we must always have Christians governing this country.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
And again, even so, it's not as if, for example, myself, I mean, I'll go into the booth and I'll look for a Catholic Christian to vote for.
No.
Because even the Christians, it's not as if every Christian is a Christian. I mean, some people, they purport to be Christians, but I don't consider them proper
So
Christians.
just look at the...
I hope you get my point. Yeah. So it's not as if we are some united front fighting another united front. No, please. I think it is exploited in politics because politicians feel divide and conquer is a good policy. People who may not have attended church for God knows how long, only identify as Christians on paper, can wake up one morning and say, "Oh, I'm a Christian, so vote for me."
Yeah, I mean,
and all of a sudden start doing all the things that Christians do consistently together. It's the same thing with Islam anyway.
Yeah.
But I agree that the people, and I do not really think Ghanaians take religion that serious.
Raymond, I am not going to vote for somebody just because the person is a Christian or is a Muslim.
Yeah.
I am going to vote for the person who has the right policies and who convinces me about the future of this country.
Very well.
Exactly. Well, let's turn to graphic business. A big story there. Cocoa yields to rebound. 800,000 tons expected this year. Cocoa Board posts first profit in years. Amen. Also,
the Cocoa Board CEO, when he was here last week, he said these things. Talked about them. 2 billion. I actually saw the, 2 billion profits from 2023. Yeah.
What are we doing with the profits?
They are back to winning ways.
Well, they're back to winning ways mainly also due to the domestic debt exchange.
I see.
Packed.
Okay.
I mean, and so the domestic debt exchange may not be bad after all for some people.
Yeah.
For many of us, it is bad, but for others, good news. At least their books are looking good.
Also on the graphic business, repayment of bilateral debt in 2026. Ministry of Finance to make proposals to cabinet. So the proposal is to establish a financial buffer that will enable the country to easily pay its bilateral debts when repayment resumes in 2026.
Sorry, the sinking fund. Because that used to be the chorus of sector pay. You remember?
Yeah.
We have created sinking fund. It was the point people were just
but
saying,
now you need to create
it.
But you see...
But what did we do with it in the first place? Because there was sinking fund.
There was sinking fund.
Yes.
Because you must always plan and pay your debts.
Yeah.
And
it's the insurance you have, like the way we have insurance when you need to get healthcare, and all the other money you put aside when there is danger.
Yeah, the minister actually also makes reference to the relief we got during HIPIC, and he said all the money was spent, and this time he's proposing that cabinet considers not spending all the money that would have been used to service our debt. So,
we should not spend the money we put in the sinking fund. But the sinking fund was there because we
wanted to pay your debt.
Yes,
you knew.
So what else was more important than paying the debt?
How much are we going to pay, for instance, in 2020, in December 2026 or January 2027? We should know and save towards that. Why? Why do you spend all your money? Then you go and borrow again and go and pay your existing debt.
That's the trend, isn't it?
I mean, that's what we do.
Okay, so I just want to highlight that the second quarter graphic business Stanbic Bank breakfast meeting happening on the 25th of June. But the reason I'm bringing it up because they're going to talk about the agriculture industry and innovative ways to boost productivity. This morning I heard on the 6 a.m. news, tomatoes, 3 what do you call it, pieces, 220 cedis. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
The cost of food items now.
Yes. I was following that on social media, and I see they were going from market to market, doing their own service. So I'm happy to have asked a woman by the roadside too. The woman is unimpressed with me saying that thing is expensive. And she unloaded, which you will not believe, almost 10 minutes of rant on me. I wanted just to test the theory, whether really it's expensive or something like that. But, there are also different levels. So a Malata market payment may be different from, say, the people who buy from that market and take it to smaller markets.
Yeah.
Then the retailer by the roadside, very close to your home, also has transportation and other costs added to it. When I was trying to explain that to the woman, she says no. And that she has been buying and selling it before I was born. And that was very insulting to me. That's aside the point. Yes. Yeah. But the key point she's making is that it is very expensive. She doesn't understand. And that she believes that Akumadan should be able to supply the entire country with our tomatoes. And I had to chip in the Burkina Bay part that we import a lot of it anyway.
See, what beats me is that we import tomatoes. And in importing tomatoes, we are importing tomatoes. And today for those of us who go around the country and when we are coming back home, we buy tomatoes. And our wives would tell us, oh, you get the one that, the Navrongo one. And Navrongo one is basically, telling you the Burkina Faso.
It's basically the Burkina Faso.
But the point here is that kind of tomatoes, they say, oh, it's lasts longer than the one we have. But what's the problem? This is genetic engineering, not genetic.
Can't we just grow them here?
This is genetic engineering, not genetic modification. This is very simple. We can plant that here in this country if we are prepared. What saddens me is that the very things that we can do, where we can give Raymond, facilitate Raymond to get a loan from a bank.
Yeah. So I'll build a nice biotech
so that he
unit
can,
and actually not having to go to any village also. I can do it at the backyard of my house and be able to do proper engineering when it comes to...
It's the reason, yes, planting for food and jobs part 2, the approach of getting all the, all the things you need for you is good. But today, a foundation, MasterCard Foundation, through a bank, is helping our farmers. When government gets money, they go in and establish micro and small loan center, MASLOC. Ask them, what do they use it for? These are the things you do. People are existing farmers. Help them. Show them new technologies. Let them develop. But for us, what do? We like to talk about the numbers. So we give money to 100,000 farmers. That is the achievement. We do not say that because we gave money to 100,000 farmers, we have been able to boost our production by 200,000 metric tons, which has reduced our import and by extension saved our depreciating Ghana cedi.
Except that you are being unfair to us. We say we gave money to 100,000 farmers and they recruited 750,000 people to work with.
Is that an achievement?
We gave jobs. Not that we know for sure they did.
Estimated jobs.
Yes, we believe that they will recruit people to work with.
Because I had a 20-acre farm, maize farm. And whenever it was time for us to go and apply fertilizer and all of that, I've told you that story before. I go there myself, because it was for a group of friends. We go there and then we hire 2 people. So 20 acres is like 4 hectares. Now, the minister's argument at the time was that every 4 hectares, you need 4 people. So my farm should have employed about 16. But I used 2 more people, including myself and my 2 partners. So, what are we talking about?
You defeated the purpose for the plan, what they call the project, but that's it. That's aside the point. Yeah,
this has to be fixed. It can't go on.
Oh
like
yeah,
this.
I mean, as for pricing in this republic, we are pretending the cost of living is not a problem.
It is.
It is a huge issue. In fact, within 6 months, you see even the basic things that you buy for your home, the groceries, how they have jumped in prices, and you are either finding alternatives or pretending that you don't want to consume them at all.
Anyway, let's get into other stories before we go for the online news review. Yes.
Let me bring in the Daily Guide, and it's reporting this morning that 2024 election, vote on ideas and policies. That's what the Vice President is saying. And Denton NPP PC to sponsor 5,000 BEC candidates. And has a picture of Acheampong on the front page. NLA gets European Lotteries Observer membership. What does that mean?
I don't know.
NLA granted historic observer membership status by European lotteries. That's what's on the finder.
Yes.
Choose policies, ideas, solutions. Balmia. Okay. And then robust.
So observer here will mean that what? You can go observe with European lotteries, or you go and sit on a sitting committee.
Well, we can find out.
I've read anyway. Well, CRM. There is one about Blue Ocean dispatches cylinders to exchange points. That is the cylinder recirculation model. It appears it is being implemented now. Blue Ocean has been dispatching cylinders to exchange points.
Really?
So that you take your own cylinder, you go there, you take your own cylinder, go there and give it to them. They'll give you a filled one, then take the filled one home. Then now you don't own the cylinder. The cylinder is for the people, so it's being circulated anyway.
Well, let's go for the online news review.
And it's brought to you by SSNIT Bank in your best interest, Goil Good Energy, and G&J Technical Services, celebrating 30 years of providing backup power in Ghana.
And myjoyonline.com says mandatory health insurance for visitors still under review, says Health Minister. And protest against sale of SSNIT Hotels comes off today. Call of strike. Health Ministry appeals to medical laboratory workers. I think we can now go for, the BBC News. It's brought to us by Fidelity Bank. Believe with us. Old Mutual, 10 years of greatness in Ghana. Here for a lifetime.
For decades, we have helped businesses connect with their trade partners all over the globe. From Ghana to Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, Benin, Togo, Senegal, China, Morocco, France, Netherlands, and many other countries. We have made it possible to bring Ghana to the world. We have brought small and medium businesses closer to their customers across the regions in Ghana with our SME support facilities. We have brought relief and smiles to the faces of families with our employee personal loans. With our cutting-edge technology and digital support, we take the burden of complex thinking off you, making life simple. That is who we are, as close as a partner. Bank of Africa. We are indeed the African bank with the global reach.
Good energy hits the road with exciting choices to energize your ride, giving you more options to take you further. Watch this space for your choice.
Goil, yeah.
Do you need a car for a day, a week, or longer? Look no further. Avis Rent-A-Car Ghana has got you covered, catering to your every need. Whether it's self-drive or chauffeur-driven, we ensure your journey is filled with comfort and style. Choose from our range of sedans, SUVs, mini SUVs, vans, and buses available to suit your business or planning need. With Avis, your journey knows no bounds. We travel anywhere in Ghana, Benin, Togo, and Côte d'Ivoire. Our prices start from as low as 600 Ghana cedis a day. T&Cs apply. Call us now on 0302-761-751 or email rentacar@avisghana.com. Visit our website avisghana.com. Avis Rent-A-Car. Plan on us.
Say no nut, no nut, no nut, no nut. Hey, no nut, no nut, no nut, no nut. No nut, no nut. Then come cotton, no nut, no nut, no nut. Malaria, sugar, no nut. Everybody follow nut, sa malaria. A 3D till no nut now. Wogonto, malaria chill. Wohopopo, what do you do? I want you. No nut, no nut. Adabako, no nut, no nut. Adamienu, no nut, Adamiensa, no nut. Malaria, sugar.
one no. Lonat scatter malaria. Lonat ide scatter malaria.
A quality product from Blaze GVS Pharma. Yenshishemu hu se malaria wa wumujam ansana wanum Lonat. Na nam yensearch na malaria no daso wo hwa ko hu dokota.
This advert is FDA approved.
Once I was 7 years old, my mama told me, go make
Bambi. Not a bad one. Not a bad one on a Tuesday morning. DJ will better getting us this one. Right here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. But of course, this morning our main conversation, it's about health insurance. Mandatory health insurance for persons coming into the country, foreigners. And the discussion is that anybody who comes into this country that will be staying here for less than 6 months should have a mandatory health insurance. Now, Raymond, we've been doing some digging.
Yeah.
Let's trace the antecedents of all of this, culminating in, the statement issued this morning. I mean, I got it around around 5 a.m. when I was here. So let's go through it right from February.
So it is this, if you like, flyer from the graphic online, which says from July 1, 2024, foreign nationals who arrive in Ghana will have to take up a compulsory health insurance policy of between $45 and $270. So $45 and $270 before being admitted into Ghana. That is what was actually really getting people confused. Some of the reactions included, in which country do foreign visitors have to take compulsory health insurance? Well, these are just crazy. We need to check which insurance company will be underwriting this. And Winston, immediately that came out, there were responses. Franklin Kujo wrote, a few questions come to mind. Which insurance company is underwriting this on behalf of the state? When was the tendering process commenced? How were they picked? And was it open tender or sole sourced? What if the foreign traveler has his personal insurance covered or is covered under another international insurance policy? Are all hospitals public, quasi-public, and private able to treat travelers under this new policy? This is very intriguing. Sharing as received. I hope it is fake. Then Kwame Saponesedu says, a few questions came to mind. Which insurance company is underwriting this on behalf of the state? When was the tendering process also asked? Of course, that's also been shared. Then Theo Acheampong said, all the government needs to do is enact a policy that states that a would-be foreign person must have travel insurance as a prerequisite for granting an entry visa or boarding a flight, as in the Schengen case. Now, let me bring you the story which is creating all of this brouhaha. So this story is first and foremost published by Graphic Online because they are the ones who put the flyer, so we need to source the actual grouping. Now, it says here, mandatory health insurance policy for non-Ghanaian resident visitors start July 1. It has a picture of the health minister in a bow tie, a nice bow tie. It starts this way. From July 1, 2024, non-resident visitors arriving in Ghana will be required to have a health insurance policy before entry into Ghana. The policy is to ensure that all visitors have access to necessary healthcare services during their stay in Ghana. The mandatory insurance policy requires all non-resident visitors arriving in Ghana to be enrolled under a scheme through which they can access free healthcare. The policy affects visitors who arrive through the airports on visas or through visa on arrival, depending on their length of stay in their country. In February 2024, the story continues. The Ministry of Health launched the National Health Insurance Policy for foreigners visiting Ghana for a short period. So they are tracing the source of it.
In February?
In February 2024, the Ministry of Health, and we have seen that story. That story that suggests that the National Health Insurance Policy for foreigners visiting Ghana has already been launched. Now, the policy DAP, National Non-Resident Visitors Health Insurance, was developed by the Ministry of Health in collaboration with the National Health Insurance Authority, which in the statement you read made it look like this is a policy of the National Health Insurance Authority.
Yeah.
But the statement here says the policy DAP, National Non-Resident Visitors Health Insurance, was developed by the Ministry of Health in collaboration with the NHIA and other partners who will jointly oversee its implementation. The policy pertains specifically to non-residents visiting Ghana for a period of not less than 6 months. so not less than 6 months, in any period of 12 months. I hope you get it clear.
Yes.
At a meeting or a media briefing on the modalities of the policy before its rollout, Dr. Isaac Morrison, Vice Chairman, Technical Working Group on the Visitors Health Insurance, so there's already a name for it, VHIS, Visitors Health Insurance, and member of the NHIA board. He's the one giving the details of Dr. Isaac Morrison, Vice Chairperson of the Technical Working Group. A member of the NHIA board said the move had become necessary following lessons learned from the COVID-19, where foreign nationals fell ill and the country had to take care of them as there was no insurance in place. He said the issue therefore prompted the activation of Section 2B of the National Health Insurance Act 2012, Act 852, which mandates the establishment of a health insurance policy for foreigners.
Okay.
Currently, countries such as Sierra Leone, Egypt are implementing that scheme in Africa. So, so let me continue this one because there's a press statement. See, sometimes
before you get to the press statement, Raymond, let me take you to the February story.
Yeah.
I mean, the February story, and then we'll do just a bit of analysis here. So, this is a story by Graphic Online again.
Yes.
And that's NHIS policy for foreigners launched.
Yeah.
It says the Ministry of Health has launched, so listen to this carefully. The Ministry of Health has launched a national health insurance policy to cover foreigners who visit the country for a short period. The ministry developed the policy dubbed National Non-Resident Visitors Health Insurance in collaboration with the National Health Insurance Authority and other partners who will jointly oversee its implementation. Now, the policy pertains specifically to non-residents visiting the country for a period less than 6 months.
Really?
That's what it says here.
Okay.
Less than 6 months in any period of 12 months. Launching the policy in Accra last Thursday, the Minister of Health, Kweku Agyemang, said the introduction of the policy was in tandem with the operationalization of the National Health Insurance Act 2012, Act 852. He said the act mandated the provision of quality and accessible health care for both residents and non-residents in the country and should be covered under a form of national health insurance to enhance their access to equitable health services for a better quality of life. Mr. Menu said the implementation of the policy will culminate in the establishment of a national non-resident visitors health insurance scheme, and there's a quote here, says the scheme will be the main vehicle for the delivery of robust healthcare services to non-residents who will be traveling to Ghana, taking into consideration the peculiar characteristics and nature of the National Non-Resident Visitors Health Insurance Scheme. A special purpose arrangement may be required to minimize the potential for risk, he said. This is it. This is, it continues. Let me just read a part here. And it's still attributed with Kweku. It says, in line with this, she says, I'm particularly excited to be adoring this as it forms part of the mechanisms we're putting in place to facilitate the attainment of universal health coverage by 2030. It continues, still attributed to him, the development of the National Non-Resident Visitors Health Insurance Policy is timely as my ministry is currently implementing a universal health coverage roadmap which defines universal health coverage for Ghana as all people in Ghana have timely access to high-quality health services irrespective of the ability to pay at the point of use. The emphasis on all people in Ghana, which includes non-resident visitors.
Now, you read earlier the statement from the ministry.
Yes.
Maybe those who did not hear it as 6 would hear it now. Statement from the ministry says, the Ministry of Health would like to clarify the recent announcement regarding a mandatory health insurance policy for non-Ghanaian residents visitors is a proposal from the National Health Insurance Authority and not a policy of government. While the proposal aims to ensure that foreign nationals have access to health care during their stay in Ghana, it is important to note that it has not yet been discussed or approved by Cabinet, we urge the public to disregard any misinformation that may suggest that the policy has been finalized and its mode of implementation settled. We assure the public that any policy and its implementation shall be thoroughly scrutinized and taken through all necessary protocols to establish its benefit for the people of Ghana before being settled on. You know where the confusion is. And let me start from what Kwame Sapwa-Asiedu wrote to this. A few questions to consider following this statement. If it's not been discussed at Cabinet, what was the health minister quoted emphatically to state that this commences from the 1st of July? Why? Or is he saying Graphic put out fake news? Where is the misinformation he refers to, as the statement doesn't deny the Graphic publication? As I said at the British Council on the 6th of June, politicians will test the waters. Now, Winston, this policy was launched by a minister, Okoboy's predecessor.
Yes.
Kweku Agimamenu.
In February.
Yes. So the minister launched a policy which has not been discussed by Cabinet and approved by Cabinet.
How did he go about that?
No, we should take our time sometimes.
Exactly.
See, Okoboy is saying today, as the current minister, that the policy which was announced, and Winston, when I spoke to the National Health Insurance boss, he listed 4 things he was championing. And this was one of them.
In fact, we'll get that sound. We'll play that
Brilliant.
sound here on the Super
So
Morning
that
Show.
is not in dispute. At no point in time had we been given the impression in this story that the ministry disagreed. In fact, what the ministry can say is that maybe the modalities are not supposed to be put out yet.
Yes.
Because we are still working on it. But to say that no policy has been discussed and scrutinized sounds a bit problematic. It's not so.
It does.
So Kweku Agimamenu woke up one morning, called media together, and this was a briefing. See, this was a briefing on the policy. That's the terrible part. It's not as if, Winston, you went to meet somebody discussing, let's say, non-communicable diseases, and you had a question, and you want to sneak in a question about visitors' health insurance. No, the graphic story says this was a press briefing.
Yes.
On this same policy and modalities.
You see?
Then you come and tell us that, we have not approved it. The modalities you are hearing, it is not our modality. I don't know if you get my point.
I get your point.
And again, you are saying the policy, and I think maybe Okowa is in a hurry. He should ask his ministry, should check the records. Maybe he's new to the office. He should check the records and see whether Kweku Agimamenu woke up one morning and felt like launching policy and went out there to go and launch the visitors' health insurance scheme. But there are more substantive questions that will be asked later on.
Sure.
Except that the way it's being managed, it's almost as if, see, I will read to you, and I'm coming back to that part, crowd. It's not a big deal. I will read to you the law again, which they are referencing. National Health Insurance Act 2012, Act 852, states in Section 2, it says, object of the authority. The object of the authority is to attain universal health insurance coverage in relation to A, persons resident in the country, B, persons not resident in the country but who are on a visit to the country. This is the National Health Insurance Act. The man says we are activating this. We are implementing this section, what they call it, 2B, because during COVID we realized we're taking care of foreigners. Foreigners who have no insurance, we use our money to take care of them. Because we use our money, we don't want to use our money to do that kind of job again. So we want them to get insurance. I mean, Winston, on the face of it, I don't have a difficulty with that. But I mean, it is the Gabi response, which is interesting. It's the Gabi response that suggests that this is very strange, and this must be fake news or something like that, which is also interesting. So if you have seen, like many people have actually followed through, it will sound very strange. What this looks like is almost, we tested the waters,
Raymond.
and we have implemented, and between February and now,
Raymond.
between February and today, and let's say yesterday or last week, please, nobody was in doubt that there was a policy like that in the offing.
I don't know this, but this is it for me. Who wrote this statement?
Which one?
The statement from signed by Okoboy, because he would have known. Is he saying that in his ministry there is no document suggesting There's no policy statement on this. There's no policy on this. Is that what Okuboy wants us to believe? That he took over a ministry where he was not briefed on this? And is he saying that before the CEO of the National Health Insurance Authority, went ahead talking about this, he did not in any way communicate that to the Ministry of Health? Listen to the CEO. Raymond, I think you spoke to him.
Yes, please.
This is the CEO of the National Health Insurance Authority. You listen to this. We'll come back.
One thing that I have to mention, one of the things that we are bringing on board is also the case that our visitors coming to this country must have mandatory health insurance. When you travel to when you travel there and you are sick, you need to benefit from the NHIA. Right. There. So it's the same thing. Visitors come, in fact, it's covered in our act that the non-Ghanaians must be covered. So I've seen a situation where some of my friends have come to this country and they are sick and they are calling me, which facilities do we go? So what we're doing is that once we give them mandatory visitors insurance, then it means that we designate facilities for them. So when they come and they are not well, they can go there. In fact, that can also bring additional resources to the NHIA, and which is really fantastic. It's also a case of expanding the scheme. And the Ghana card will also be issued to non-Ghanaians. So once we do that, it is all towards achieving the universal health coverage. For me, it's very good. And I think those are the things that we must be focusing on. And I'm excited that obviously all these things are coming together for the government.
Raymond, this is the CEO of the National Health Insurance Authority, Dr. Abuaje Da Costa. Now, he took over, I beg your pardon, from Bernard Okuboy, Doctor.
The current health minister.
The current health minister. So, the current health minister, and let me get back to this story. So, the current health minister, who's talking about it? So, this is the policy that is being launched. So, the ministry developed the policy dubbed National Non-Resident Visitors Health Insurance in collaboration.
Yes.
With the National Health Insurance Authority in February, when Dr. Bernard Okuboy was CEO of the National Health Insurance Authority. There are a lot of questions.
Yes. Maybe we need another statement clarified. Or Okuboy should speak to us this morning.
Yes, he should.
Dr. Bernard Okuboy, I mean, this is not a very wonderful way to start your tenure. So you speak to us this morning and clarify. Because the thing is becoming confusing. I mean, it's a straightforward thing. If you want to take money from people, some of us are interested in all of the questions that be asked about tendering, who's going to charge the amount of money. We have experience from what happened with the other charges you did at the airport, as in the ministry.
Yes.
No, the Ghana Airport Company is a ministry. Said
Frontiers.
Yes. We have experience from that. So that's why we want to be clear who is actually doing all of these things and get to understand why it should happen in the first place. To my mind, I mean, I was talking to you earlier about when I was going to the United Kingdom, they made me pay some dollars for, what was it, immigration health surcharge. And it was very useful to me.
Okay.
I'll not lie to you. I respect the NHS. That's without doubt. If it's a similar thing we are implementing here, that one was for 6 months or more. Because if you are actually applying for UK visa today, they'll say 6 months or more, you have to pay for the IHS, the immigration health surcharge. Here, we are saying under 6 months.
Yeah.
That's also confusing to me. Why do we believe that under 6 months should be the period for it? And all of that. Those questions will be asked later on. But you making it look like we've see nothing, hear nothing. You have not seen this policy before. It is some straight.
Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. No.
Oh, boss. When your ministry launched that thing, okay, we'll come back to it.
We'll come back to it, Raymond.
Yes.
Let's continue and let's talk about ABSA supplier finance, because, as a business, you're always exploring innovative ways to maximize your operations, growth, and in today's dynamic environment, well, we know that no great story was written alone, so with a little help from ABSA supplier finance program, you can pay your suppliers early so that, you pay later, and you can extend your payment terms without compromising your supplier relationship by optimizing your working capital. Your suppliers will also benefit from early access to funds, enhancing their financial stability and cash flow. So that next chapter of your business is one of growth and achievement. Visit absa.com.gh or speak with your relationship manager today for more details on the ABSA supplier finance program. Terms and conditions apply. Your story matters APSA.
Now, in today's competitive business landscape, a healthy workforce is the foundation of success. That's why we have designed our corporate health plans to empower your employees and enhance your organization's performance. With Equity Health Insurance, you are not just investing in insurance, you are investing in the future of your company. Our plans are tailored to meet your unique needs and that of your employees too. Now, providing comprehensive coverage and also giving you incomparable benefits. Our commitment goes beyond paperwork and premiums. At Equity Health Insurance, we stay with you all the way. All that you need to do is call us on these numbers: 0501 515124 or 0506 607 910, and let us serve you better. Equity Health Insurance, here for you.
And the Pan-African Payment and Settlement System, PAPS, is now live at Fidelity Bank. Imagine sending money to your loved ones or business partners across Africa instantly and in Ghana cities. Don't wait for days for transactions to clear. No more expensive fees. Just fast, secure, and affordable payments. PAPS is here, and Fidelity Bank makes sending money through PAPS easy. So visit any Fidelity Bank branch and start sending money across Africa instantly to Nigeria, Gambia, Liberia, Guinea, and Sierra Leone. Fidelity Bank, believe with us.
Now, the University of Ghana Business School is pleased to announce the opening of applications for its special postgraduate programs. Interested individuals can choose from our wide range of executive Master of Business Administration (EMBA) programs, Weekend Master of Business Administration and Master of Public Administration programs, 1-year Master's programs. There's also potential applicants and the general public are, indeed, they are, if you're a potential applicant and you're also part of the general public, you are invited specially to the virtual information sessions. We'll give you details of the program. For our postgraduate programs, this is happening on, this happened on Thursday, June 6, 2024, and the second one is happening tomorrow. Let's not miss that. Wednesday, June 19, 2024, at 4 p.m. daily. So let's not get it wrong. Tomorrow at 4 p.m., we are giving you information on the master's programs I just spoke to you about. The EMBA, the Weekend MBA, and Master of Public Administration, and then the 1-year Master of Public Administration. The link for the information session can be found on all University of Ghana Business School social media platforms. For more inquiries, kindly visit the University of Ghana Business School website, ugbs.ug.edu.gh, or call 0501 581 492 or 0501 581 493.
So which bank in Ghana is always at your service, Raymond?
OmniBasic.
Which bank is ready to assist you with your 24-hour state-of-the-art contact center?
OmniBasic.
And which bank is Ghana's fastest growing corporate bank and bank of the year 2023?
I need not tell you. OmniBasic.
You're right. At OmniBasic, we're always at your service. So call us on 0307086000 or 0302758555 or 0800 100 790 on toll free, or visit any of our branches nationwide to open an OmniBasic bank account today and enjoy exceptional customer service.
Now, for the first time, the Dubai Property Expo is here in Ghana, and this is brought to you by HJ Real Estates, and it's located at 28 Joseph Bros Tito Avenue in Cantonments. Yes, it's opposite the Diamond in City Apartments. Now, AJ Real Estate, your property advisor, presents exciting opportunities of investment in Dubai. Why you should invest in Dubai? A tax-free income. Good, Winston, does that sound interesting? A tax-free income.
No.
Good rental income too.
Yes,
Guaranteed high return on investment. Flexible payment plan for high capital appreciation. And 0%, I repeat, 0% property tax. Yes, that's all being promised here. Tourist destination, safest country in the world to date. Expo date is the 21st and the 22nd of June 2024. The time from 10 a.m. and 8 p.m. each day. So book now and contact us if you want to invest in Dubai. So Dubai Property Expo is what I'm talking about. Call on this number 0537 586 262 or 0537 586 262. On WhatsApp too. Now, our website is hjrealestates.com. H, the alphabet, J, the alphabet, realestates.com. And you get to our Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube on HJ Real Estates. HJ Real Estate is your trusted partner.
Now, do you have a game-changing, innovative business idea or project that can impact society? This is your moment. Total Energies presents the 4th edition of the Startupper of the Year Challenge. This year, we're looking for 3 winners: the best entrepreneur, also known as the InnoVap winner, and the best project or innovative business idea is amplifying recycling and minimizing waste, the Cycle Up winner, and the best project promoting or relating to sustainable and affordable energies, the Power Up winner. And that's not all. 4 additional projects in the Power Up category will be selected by an international jury. So wait no longer. Apply now at startupper.totalenergies.com for your chance to win financial support, professional mentorship, and a spotlight for your project. Terms and conditions apply. Total Energies.
Now, Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited is your number 1 supplier of quality office essentials, equipment, and also furniture, and they give you at affordable prices. They have introduced an online store for your shopping convenience. This means that you can just shop by simply logging on to kingdomstoreonline.com. Don't forget, kingdomstoreonline.com. Without physically going to any of their branches, this is hassle-free. They will arrange delivery to your homes and offices within reasonable time. They offer free delivery within Accra and Tema, and also accept payment via Momo across all networks. Terms and conditions, however, apply. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks.
So to the businessman, trader, and parent sending money to loved ones and business partners, thanks to Access Bank and PAP's partnership, you can now send money across border hassle-free. Now you can send money to pay for goods and services, make business transactions, and cover school fees across Africa without worrying about foreign exchange losses or delays. It's straightforward, secure, and keeps your mind at ease. Benefit from instant payments across Nigeria, Liberia, Gambia, Guinea, and Sierra Leone with zero foreign exchange hassle. Where you send money in cities, it will now be received in any other currency by the recipient. For more information, visit our website, ghana.accessbankplc.com, or call our toll-free 0800 004400 for all your cross-border payments. Visit any of our branches and pops it with Access Bank. Access Bank, more than banking.
Now, Toyota Ghana Company Limited, the Legon branch, is hosting an exclusive service clinic on Saturday, June 29th. Drive down to Toyota Ghana Legon branch and treat your car to a day of pampering with professional care. We are offering an array of complimentary services which will include free diagnosis, get a thorough checkup from our expert technicians and engineers to ensure your vehicle's efficiency. There's also the headlamp cleaning, enhance your nighttime visibility and give your headlights a sparkling new look. Body waxing, protect your car's paint and give it an irresistible showroom shine. And that's not all. There will be an exciting interaction with our insurance partners and a chance to learn some handy maintenance tips from our professionals. So whether you are a car enthusiast or just want to make sure your vehicle is in top shape, join us at Toyota Ghana Legon branch on Saturday, June 29 from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's a day dedicated to you and your car with absolutely free vehicle diagnosis, affordable oil change and spare parts sales, and automotive paint refinishes. Now, for more details, visit our website, toyotaghana.com, or call or WhatsApp us on 02579554447.
All right, your birthday messages and sports after these. Stay with us.
Can you hear it? The freedom in our songs, the sound of liberty that rings from Kaswa to Karaga, from Tamale to Takoradi. It's in the pestles that pound from coast to coast. It's in the busy offices, the crowded streets, and the noisy schools. It's in the wisdom of our elders and in the laughter of our children. It's in seeing how far we've come and looking at how much we can grow. It's in knowing that still Ghana go be. MTN.
Imagine a world where your home or business is powered by the sun's boundless energy. Picture your rooftop transformed into a solar sanctuary, radiating with eco-friendly vibes and city-saving brilliance. Well, dream no more. With Standard Chartered's renewable energy loans, you can turn this dream into a dazzling reality. And guess what? Our renewable energy loans come at very low rates. That's right, we are not just offering loans, we are offering the keys to your solar-powered kingdom. Say goodbye to high electricity bills and step into a new world where every watt generated is a step towards a brighter, more sustainable future. So if you're ready to take control of your energy destiny and switch to solar today, give us a shout on any of the following phone lines: 050-153-5789, 050-153-5790, 0244-674154. Let's chart a course for a brighter tomorrow and make your solar dreams shine brighter than ever before. Standard Chartered, here for good.
And it's time for your birthday messages here on the Super Morning Show, proudly brought to us by MTN. Everywhere you go, Bank of Africa, the African bank with global reach. Bank of Africa, as strong as a group, as close as a partner. So whose birthday is it today?
Yeah, yesterday was the birthday of my dear friend and brother, Robert Swanson. And Swanson will enjoy your birthday. We are still enjoying today. I'm not sure he will even go to work anyway because the birthday is doing it the whole week. Yes. So, I will take you to the party from there. The weekend one. I will take you to.
This one says, happy birthday to Mrs. Fina Agla from Jimmy and your boys, Selassie, Sayram, and Delali. You're a blessing to our family. Continue being a great wife and a mother. Stay blessed. And you work at with Quality Insurance Company, Kumasi DVLA branch. So from your husband, Jimmy, to you also. Happy birthday to our revered founder and executive chairman of Glyco Group, Dr. Kwame Acheampong. Your leadership and wisdom have been a beacon of inspiration to us all. We're grateful for the impact you've made in our lives and in the industry. May this new year bring you joy, good health, and continued success. We honor and appreciate you, sir. And finally, happy birthday to Felix Eliplim Darko of Procurement Department at Deloitte Ghana, and belated happy birthday to Roger Michael Kayumba of the Consulting Department, also of Deloitte Ghana, from your country managing partner Daniel Kweju Owusu and all staff. And a happy birthday to my dear friend Nat Lamle Ajman Bediako, in charge of the maternity theater of the 37 Hospital. With love from Ivana. Okay.
Today is the birthday of Chief Mumin.
Okay.
Yes. Chief Mumin is 37 years for those who are not aware. That is his official age. Yes.
And his unofficial age?
Yeah. Mostly he tells people he's 32 or something like that.
Anyway, then let's get into the Sports Center now. Proudly brought to us by MTN. Everywhere you go, Standard Chartered Bank, here for good, and DSTV.
It's your moment. So, folks, imagine a world where your home or business is powered by the sun's boundless energy. I mean, picture your rooftop transformed into a solar sanctuary radiating with eco-friendly vibes and city-saving brilliance. Well, dream no more. With Standard Chartered's renewable energy loans, you can turn this dream into a dazzling reality. And guess what? Our renewable energy loans come at very low rates. That's right. We're not just offering loans. We are offering the keys to your solar-powered kingdom. Say goodbye to high electricity bills and step into a new world where every watt generated is a step towards a brighter, more sustainable future. So if you're ready to take control of your energy destiny and switch to solar today, give us a shout on any of these numbers: 050-153-5789 or 050-153-5790 or 0244-674-154. Let's chart a course for a brighter tomorrow and make your solar dreams shine brighter than ever before. Standard Chartered, here for good.
And accessing super reliable healthcare should be the topmost priority for you and your family. That's why Multiplus, powered by MTN, is giving you just that today. For a subscription fee of just 25 Ghana cedis a month, paid or no, you can sign on to a health subscription plan that gets you access to unlimited in-store consultations with qualified healthcare professionals, and over 160 covered medications and tests at participating pharmacies in Ablekuma, Sakaman, Dansuman, Mamprobi, and Kaswa townships. My favorite part is there's a dedicated nurse at the Muti Pharmacy who can teleconference the doctor when you need it, so you can access the best consultation services. And to get this great product, all you have to do is download the Ayoba app and sign up with your Momo account. Just download the Ayoba app, sign up with your Momo account. Take charge of your health conveniently and affordably. Sign up for Muti Plus, powered by MTN today. Thank you.
Good morning, Westing, and good morning to all of you. Welcome aboard to the Joy Sports Center with me, Fentio, Tahiru Fentio. Coming up this morning.
Time to say it again, Boston. Anything's possible. Banner number 18 has been secured.
To the Boston Celtics, congratulations on the NBA record, 18 championships.
That's right. Boston Celtics are NBA champions for a record 18 times in their history. We'll review their Game 5 win over the Dallas Mavericks last night. Also coming up.
Dembele again. Here's Mbappe. Mbappe, brilliant burst. Oh, and it's in for an own goal. France have the lead.
That's right, and Max Weber own goal was what helped France open their Euro 2024 campaign with a narrow 1-0 win over Austria. And Slovakia, they produced the biggest shock of the tournament so far after they beat Belgium. We'll look back on last night's Euro action as well. But first, let's begin from Samraboy. That's where FC Samatex were crowned Ghana Premier League champions on the last day of the season. It's the first time they've won the title in their history. They beat Accra Lions 2-0 to wrap up the season with 61 points, 10 ahead of second place Accra Lions. We sent Razak Musbao to Samraboy, and he has more in this report.
Based in the western region of Ghana and known for its rich timber resources, Samraboy became the center of attention and celebration on Sunday, June 16, 2024. The local club, FC Samatex 1996, were due to be crowned champions of the 2023-24 Ghana Premier League at the now famous in-century Sports Arena. Coronation match against the Accra Lions drew fans from near and far, all eager to witness this historic event. Founded in 1996 by the Samatex Timber and Plywood Company as a recreational football club, FC Samatex since made significant progress through various levels of Ghanaian football. However, after several unsuccessful attempts to qualify for the Premier League, the club finally secured promotion in 2021 thanks to strategic changes in management and technical staff, along with bold vision to become a mainstay in the league and dominate same. Determined to improve, the club hired experienced tactician coach Nuruddin Amadou. Coach Amadou will go on to lead the club to a historic Premier League triumph, clinching the title with 2 games to spare.
We have done the unthinkable. That is a dream come true. The feeling is just great.
The club walks away with 500,000 Ghana cedis cash prize, along with the honor of representing Ghana in the CAF Champions League next season, a challenge the club is already preparing for.
It's not easy playing a Champions League, I must tell you it. To be frank, it is not easy. So we are going to sit down and know the type of players who will help us in the Champions League.
It is a moment of joy, of fun and pure entertainment here in Samraboy. And just behind me, you are seeing a glimpse of that.
Razak Musbao's report. Now, Heart of Oak, they survived relegation on the final day of the season with a dramatic 3-2 come from behind win over Bicham United in a final day of the Ghana Premier League season, dominated by controversial goals and decisions that have brought the integrity of the league into question. After Great Olympics were awarded a 3-0 victory over RTU because the latter failed to turn up, Heart of Oak needed to win to stay up, and Lions needed to avoid defeat away to Brecum Chelsea. Hearts got the win, and Heart of Lions got a 2-2 draw, but the nature of the goals that have since surfaced on social media have had fans outraged, and they believe the results were compromised. Now, just listen to a section of fans on a Twitter space on Sunday night.
Look at the penalty video we are just seeing from Heart of Lions and then the Brekum Chelsea game. This is our professional league. This is the league every year when we are organizing Ghana Football Awards. We tend to award coaches and players from this same league. Why are we not allowing reality to put teams in check? That is my problem.
If you keep on doing these things for the rest of the world to see, that is why they will not hold your players in high esteem. Amankona has scored 19 goals in the Ghana Premier League. And videos have gone around of some of the goals that he scored. Do you think any top 5 European club would want to purchase Amankona because he scored 19 goals in the Ghana Premier League?
And it's like it's trending towards a certain cartel that they are dealing with that. You are not ashamed. You are not surprised. Nothing pushes you. That is why you can get a goal in here. He will move abroad and he can't even score 5 goals.
Now we don't even have a headline sponsor. What's their name? Bet Power came and withdrew their sponsorship for whatever reason best known to them. What product are you going to sell to sponsors? The Ghana Premier League is an absolute waste of time.
I ask myself, what was wrong with Accra Folk being relegated? What exactly is wrong? If you deserve to be relegated, you are not good enough. Go, fix your team and come back. If you are strong enough, you will come.
It's a very scathing analysis of the final day of the Ghana Premier League. Speaking about Heart of Oak, their former CEO is Harry Zako. He agrees. He says the current management of the club have absolutely no clue what they are doing.
Where the club is going now, they're never in 1 or 2 or 3, 4 on the league. So every morning when we look at the papers and we find out how it's not doing well, we don't feel good. So we are not against anybody who is running the club. Tobe is doing his best. He's doing all his 100% best. But he must have people to work with. You know what I mean? If you look at the board, they don't understand football.
That's Harry Zako, former Heart of Oak CEO. Now, elsewhere, the nominees for this year's Ghana Football Awards were unveiled last week at a grand ceremony. This morning, we highlight the nominees in the Football of the Year category.
Mohamed Kudus will be looking to win the award for the second consecutive time and faces stiff competition from Abdul Fattah Isahaku, Osman Bukari, and Inaki Williams. Kudus enjoyed an amazing maiden campaign with West Ham United in the just-ended season. He scored a total of 18 goals and provided 17 assists in 48 games in the 2023-2024 season. Fattah Isahaku made a huge impact while playing on loan at Leicester City. The winger featured in 43 matches for the Foxes and contributed to 20 goals, scoring 7 and assisting 13 times. He also helped the club secure promotion to the Premier League as they won the English Championship. Osman Bukari won the double in Serbia as they clinched both the league title and the domestic cup before signing for MLS side Austin FC at the end of the season. He scored 10 goals and provided 10 assists in 36 games, including 2 in the UEFA Champions League. Inaki Williams was an instrumental figure in Atletico Bilbao ending a 40-year wait for a major trophy. The Ghanaian forward led them to the Copa del Rey trophy where they beat Mallorca in the final. Across all competitions last season, Iñaki scored 14 goals and set up another 5 in 39 games. The 6th edition of the Ghana Football Awards is set to take place at the Dome of the Accra International Conference Center on Saturday, June 29th.
That's Lawrence Baidu. Now, Right to Dream founder Tom Vernon believes kids who do not pass the academy's trials in Ghana would get into any academy in Europe. He made this revelation to Joy Sports in an all-access interview speaking about the criteria for admitting kids to the Right to Dream campus in Accra.
It's tough. It's really tough, and the first thing I'll say is that the kids who don't get in, let's say we take the top 20, the kids from number 21 down to, let's say, number 100 would get into any academy in Europe. So you can take the guy number 100, we don't have space for him here. If he lives in Madrid, he'll be in the Real Madrid Academy. That's my view. So it shows like how much is still to be done to serve the talent and the youth of Ghana. My view is by far Ghana's biggest asset is the talent of its children, not in football, but broadly.
The Right to Dream founder Tom Vernon with a big vote of confidence for Ghana's talent level. You can watch the full Part 1 interview on the Joy News YouTube channel by searching for Right to Dream Part 1, producing world-class players and Ivy League scholars. Let's head to Germany now, where the Euro 2024 group stage games are ongoing. Yesterday, Max Weber's first half own goal handed France a 1-0 win over Austria at the Düsseldorf Arena in Group D opener. It was a game where Kylian Mbappe went off with a broken nose. N'Golo Kante rolled back the years with an electric performance and was named man of the match.
No, just a good feeling. I want to give my best for the team. So far it's going well and I hope to carry on. But it's just the start of the competition and we need to carry on for the second game and the last games as well.
That's N'Golo Kante. Elsewhere in Frankfurt, Slovakia produced the biggest shock of the group stage so far after beating Belgium 1-0. At 7 p.m. today, Portugal will kick off their campaign against Czech Republic at the Red Bull Arena. And before we go, some basketball news for you. The Boston Celtics secured a record 18th championships as they beat the Dallas Mavericks 106-88 to complete a 4-1 series victory in the NBA Finals. The championship win is the Celtics' first in 16 years and moves them one clear of the Los Angeles Lakers, who have won 17 in the record books. Jaylen Brown was named the most valuable player after a strong defensive display.
The story and the journey is awesome. Just to be here in this moment now, through all the years, through all the doubt, through all of the ups and downs, through all of the adversity, through all of the everything, it just makes the story that much sweeter.
That's Jaylen Brown, NBA Finals MVP. That's all the sports this morning on the Joy Sports Center. My name is Fentu Tahiru. Fentu, back to you, Winston.
Thank you very much, Fenty. And let's get interactive here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. Social media messages brought to us by Rapinol. When the pain is too much to bear, grab Rapinol from Danex Iton Starwin PLC. Rapinol, the rapid pain reliever. And EcoBank, a better way, a better Africa in Malatu from NS Chemist. Malatu, power over malaria. So this is the year to stop singing and talking about chopping and enjoying life and just do it. EcoBank has over 1 million Ghana cedis worth of cash and prizes in the EcoBank Million Gang promo for you and over 7,000 others across Ghana. Winners will be rewarded bi-weekly and you can be one of them, winning up to 10,000 Ghana cedis. There will also be 3 monthly draws and all you have to do is deposit cash in multiples of 500 Ghana cedis in your EcoBank account at your nearest branch, EcoBank Express Point, or via EcoBank Mobile to stand a chance of winning. Other prizes include fuel vouchers, shopping vouchers, airtime and many more. Promo runs from now to the 31st of July 2024. It's your time to chop life. Remember, every 500 Ghana cedis deposit earns you an entry into the EcoBank Million Gang draw. A better way to enjoy life. A better way, a better Africa. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
More money, challenge and enjoyment. We know say problem day, but you for chop life. Simply deposit cash in multiples of 500 Ghana cedis into your EcoBank account at your nearest branch, Express Point, or through EcoBank Mobile to win your share of over 1 million cedis in prizes in the EcoBank Million Gang promo, EMG. Be one of over 7,000 people to be rewarded. Hey, my God. Yes, so over 7,000 people go chop soft life from May to July 31, 2024. Be an EcoBank customer or be square. Remember, every 500 Ghana cedi deposit earns you a point for the EcoBank Million Gang today, EMG. Deposit today and win your share of 1.2 million in cash and prizes. A better way to enjoy life. A better way. A better Africa. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
All right, so welcome back and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. Let's get interactive here on the Super Morning Show. Would love to know what your thoughts are. And this morning we've been talking about the National Non-Resident Health Insurance Scheme, which is mandatory. And so all foreign nationals coming into the country for a period of less than 6 months entitled to pay. So is it a case of they having to come with a travel insurance? But this says it's a health insurance scheme. Who's going to be underwriting that? You've asked all these questions. We put them to. We're still trying to get Dr. Bernard Okoboy, who's the Minister of Health, because he's issued a statement saying that's not been discussed at Cabinet yet. But we've shared with you, stories that show that the Ministry of Health, in collaboration with the National Health Insurance Authority, at the time Dr. Okoboy was CEO of the NHI. But now time for the Joy Business Minute, brought to us by Consolidated Bank Ghana, CBG. We stand with you, and Anointed Electricals, the generator experts.
Hello, welcome to the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana. We stand with you, Anointed Electricals, the generator experts, and Agric Capital, together towards tomorrow. IMF has set June 28 as board meeting date to consider Ghana's second program review and possibly approve some $360 million for the country. This is what Joy Business has picked up from persons with knowledge of the IMF's workings and discussions with the official creditor committee. The Association of Ghana Industries is backing proposals for ECOWAS to concentrate on strengthening payment systems within the region rather than introduce the single currency ECO. Agric customers of Gold Coast Fund Management have issued a 2-week ultimatum to Dr. Papa Kwesindum to pay monies owed them. And Apple is ending its in-house buy now, pay later scheme in the US, which it launched just last year. And that's the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana. We stand with you, Anointed Electricals, the generator experts, and Agric Capital, together towards tomorrow.
And Anointed Electrical Engineering Services is into the sales of ultra-silent generators from 5 kVA to 2,500 kVA, and they undertake maintenance and repairs of all kinds of diesel generators. They also stock genuine spare parts of all kinds for various generators and do generator rentals in East Legon. You can locate them on the Lagos Avenue Road opposite Tomric Hotel, in Tema on the Tema General Hospital Road, Community 9, just after the overhead in Atodoko, where they have their head office, number 77 Anointed House off the Odoko Malam Road, Accra. And they have branches nationwide. Anointed, the generator experts. Call them on 0243 480 334. And on Big Stories this morning, brought to us by Telecel, connecting Energy's latest foam, your partner for life. And Emirates, fly better. I'm sure you may have heard of this.
One thing that I have to mention, one of the things that we are bringing on board is also the case that our visitors coming to this country must have mandatory health insurance. When you travel to when you travel there and you are sick, you need to benefit from the NHI. Right. Okay, there. So it's the same thing. Visitors come, in fact, it's covered in our act that the non-Ghanaians must be covered. So I've seen a situation where some of my friends have come to this country and they are sick and they are calling me, which facilities do we go? So what we're doing is that once we give them mandatory visitors insurance, then it means that we designate facilities for them. So when they come and they are not well, they can go there. In fact, that can also bring additional resources to the NHI, and which is really fantastic. It's also a case of expanding the scheme. And the Ghana card will also be issued to non-Ghanaians. So once we do that, it is all towards achieving the universal health coverage. For me, it's very good. And I think those are the things that we must be focusing on. And I'm excited that obviously all these things are coming together for the government.
So that's the excitement, Raymond, that all these things are coming together. But today we're told by a statement released by the health minister that it is the policy or it is a plan of the National Health Insurance Authority, and it is not a government position. It's not been discussed at cabinet. Modalities have not been agreed and settled on. But we have also seen stories, Raymond, as far back as February 2024, when Dr. Bernard Okoboy was CEO of the National Health Insurance Authority, with Kweku Agyemang, then CEO, Health Minister, saying that the Ministry of Health, in collaboration with the National Health Insurance Authority,
they launched policy.
Yes, they launched a policy.
They didn't introduce or hint at it. No,
they launched.
So they launched a policy that Cabinet don't know anything about. They launched a policy that had no approval from anybody within even the ministry itself.
How's that possible?
So the minister woke up one morning and said, listen, I have family and friends who are also coming to Ghana who are struggling, who are foreigners. So let me go and launch a policy for them. I think that clarification is what we require from Bernard Okoboy on this matter. But the more substantive issue is he should come out and justify to it proper. If they now want to withdraw the policy, no problem. If they think that the initial reaction is not good enough and they want to step back, remodel it, work around it, and make it something that is worth pushing at the end of the day, that's also not a problem. But this statement leaves a lot more questions than answers. That's where the difficulty is.
Indeed, because look, today we're being told, and I mean, for purposes of analysis, let me just get back to that statement again. Where they talk about the fact that, the Ministry of Health. So it says, the Ministry of Health would like to clarify that the recent announcement regarding a mandatory health insurance policy for non-Ghanaian resident visitors is a proposal from the National Health Insurance Authority.
Nowadays, we launch proposals.
And not a policy of government. Listen, so underline proposal.
Not policy.
Underline not policy of government. I'm going to show you something. While the proposal aims to ensure that foreign nationals have access to health care during their stay in Ghana, it is important to note that it has not yet been discussed or approved by Cabinet. We urge the public to disregard any misinformation that may suggest that the policy has been finalized and its mode of implementation settled. We assure the public that any policy and its implementation will be thoroughly scrutinized and taken through all necessary protocols to establish its benefit for the people of Ghana before being settled on. Thank you. Sincerely signed, Dr. Bernard Okoboy, who is Minister of Health.
To establish its benefits.
Yes.
So we don't know its benefits now.
Well, then we go back to February 2024. This is a story published on February 20th, 2024. The Ministry of Health has launched a national health insurance policy to cover foreigners who visit the country for a short period. The ministry developed the policy, dubbed National Non-Resident Visitors Health Insurance, in collaboration with the National Health Insurance Authority and other partners who will jointly oversee its implementation. So, this is supposed to be a proposal.
Dr. Kuba was very busy at the NHI. He didn't participate in this. He was very busy to the point that when he became substantive Minister of Health, he has not read all the documents at the ministry. So he's unaware of some of the policies. And some of the policies have transmogrified into proposals, now requiring the requisite approval from Cabinet and the other relevant bodies. At the end of the day, we hope and pray that the right thing is done. But it doesn't bode well for the commencement of a policy of this sort. Are we still sticking with the July one? Or now what is substantive is that nothing is on the table at all. So the very gentleman who is a member of the NHI board, who's on a working committee. So the proposal has a working committee. The proposal has a working committee that called a press conference to tell us the details of what has been agreed upon. It sounds very, very... see, it's not coordinated. If I'm supposed to choose a more appropriate word, it's not coordinated. There appears to be some discord in the information being shared, and from which quarters you receive it. No. I'm not so sure Dr. Okoboy was aware of the February 20 press conference. I'm not sure he was aware.
He wasn't aware.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm sure if he was aware, he wouldn't have issued this. But you see, this is the point.
The expectation is that he's a bit more diligent than this.
Yeah, but this is the point. So in signing that statement, Dr. Okoboy, he was CEO of the National Health Insurance Authority before he became Health Minister. Mm-hmm. Is he suggesting to us that he did not see this throughout his stay at the National Health Insurance Authority?
Obviously.
And throughout his stay, throughout his current position, he's not come across any policy like that. Is that what he's telling us? In fact, for even Dr. Abuaje da Costa, in consistently talking about, my plan is to do this, in the National Health Insurance Authority, is he saying that he's not aware that the Ministry of Health had actually launched this? This is governance.
Okay.
This is governance. So it's not a case of anybody getting up to say, I want to do this, I want to do that.
Or maybe they launched policy, but they're not implementing it. So his plan was to implement it. Okay. The way I say that, okay, that's the same way I also react, okay to it. I mean, this is untidy.
Exactly.
It's almost as if you are just pushing out a story because people are reacting badly to it, or you are just pushing out a statement because it's actually gotten the wrong footing out there, or the testing of the waters did not work out properly. So now let's put it on National Health Insurance. Let's pretend the ministry has absolutely no idea, and we didn't launch it in February of 2024, earlier this year, and it's not a couple of years ago. This is the same year we are talking about. Well, these things will make people start thinking there is something afoot. There is something fishy. There is something problematic about what's happening around this policy. It will now bring greater scrutiny, as he has promised that there will be more scrutiny. It will now bring perhaps more transparency. It will now bring perhaps more detailed quest to know. So the big questions about who are we engaging for this? Who is really going to be in charge of it? Because some of these questions were not asked when the Frontiers and Co. were doing their business at the airport. So the big questions that ought to be asked ahead of this will certainly be asked. But it's also a question that should be asked. Why should it be there under 6 months? When, of course, the UK one is beyond 6 months. Why should it be under 6 months? I mean, is that a question that can be answered easily? Can the working team, which is non-existent because the thing is not even a policy anyway, the proposal working team, can they give us some more answers?
But there's a working team,
which
has the board member.
They are for the proposal, working team proposal.
Oh no, this is a policy.
No. I stick with the current health minister. But in succession, a previous decision by health ministry can be overruled by the health minister currently. It's not so.
Yes,
because this is the most recent decision by the health minister. So we have to stick with it. That means that we still are having a proposal on our hands. And the proposal, what are the possible modalities that's going into it? Are we going to discard it, or we are going to continue with it? Those are questions that we ought to know the details of. But nobody should sneak up anything. And later on, let's say close to election, then, we are implementing it because we mentioned it earlier in January or February. Because as we've been told today, there's none of those things happening. We are cleared the SNIT clean of any such policy. So you are starting from point zero. At point zero, we want to know why. Why do you want to do this? What is the rationale behind it? Beyond the Section 2B. Of the Act, which has been existent since 2012. Hey, why do I always say 2012? 2012.
Yeah.
Which has been existent since 2012. Beyond the Act and its stipulation, which is quite clear, the Act says that you are providing health insurance for two groups of people. The first one is a group of people who are directly captured. The second one is the persons not resident in the country, but who are on a visit to this country. That is the object of the authority, National Health Insurance. The object of the authority is to attain universal health insurance coverage in relation to 1, persons resident in the country, B, persons not resident in the country but who are on a visit to the Republic of Ghana. Now, you are looking at the persons who are on a visit to the Republic of Ghana. Why are you choosing below 6 months? Is it that when it extends beyond 6 months, they are no longer on a visit? Or they can't be on a visit beyond 6 months? I hope you get my point.
Yeah.
Yes. We also want to know what are the other details that you want to do. Is there a tender being open for possible participation by all, as Franklin Kujo had asked before? Are all health facilities qualified? Or those only under the National Health Insurance Scheme that are qualified? Are the current service providers the ones that are going to be used? Or they are special service providers expected to be used for this? I mean, all of these are details, perhaps, as the working group, the non-existent working group, which is now supposed to be formed, would actually work on these things and get us some details.
So we dissolve the current working group.
Oh, it sounds dissolved. That clearly, but they say you purport to be working on a policy that's their proposal. How can you be fasting when the theory from the minister is that when the fiat is that you are working on a proposal which has nothing to do with the policy.
Look.
And that will scrutinize it and get what is interest of Ghana.
Raymond,
yes.
You interviewed Abuaji Da Costa.
Yes, please.
He indicated that it would also serve as a way of raising revenue.
That's true.
For the National Health Insurance Authority.
Brilliant.
When revenue comes in,
we don't joke with it.
Once there's revenue involved, it cannot be the case that this is not a well thought through policy. if for nothing at all, at least may have thought about the revenue aspect very well. And would have done projections with the revenue aspect and would know how much of it we're going to be getting. Look, if universal health coverage 2030 comes in, it suggests to me that we have carefully thought through this and known how it would contribute towards the attainment of that goal.
Which is true.
So, look, everything shows that this is one that is actually receiving backlash. And Kevin is just trying to say, hold on a second, we've not agreed on it like we always do. Oh, we've not planned it. Hold on, we'll come back. Look, there is nothing wrong with it. If Governor said, henceforth, when you are coming into Ghana, you need a travel insurance which covers the medical insurance. It's as simple as that. Why? Don't we go to other jurisdictions that require that you come with a travel insurance, which includes medical insurance in case you... Why? Is that a bad thing? But the modality, how they want to go about, so which entities will be underwriting it on behalf of the NHI, or NHI will be collecting it directly? How are they going to be doing that? And that's where the problem begins. And that's why today you have the NHI saying, okay, hold on a second and all of that. But, we'll ask all these questions. Kwame Sapansiri will join us. We'll have this conversation. But what are your thoughts, folks? Is it something you support? Or you believe that, look, we're told that...
What are we discussing, the policy or proposal?
Oh, it's a policy. It's not a policy.
So far as I'm concerned, and me and Dr. Okuboy are concerned, it's a proposal.
Well, or he has actually reversed that policy.
Yes, I mean,
he sent it back.
New minister, new rules.
Well, so if you choose to call it a policy or a proposal, let's still have that conversation here on the Super.
Do you support a theory that visitors coming into the Republic of Ghana who will spend less than 6 months, they also ought to get, in a health insurance coverage? Do you support it on the face of it, without the details fleshed out, without the rationalization given by the ministry and all the other scrutiny it will go through? Do you support this? I think it will be an interesting debate to have.
It will be. Raymond, I'm
also interested in non-residents participating in this conference.
Okay. Yes. So, Raymond, I have a document in front of me. This is the National Non-Resident Visitors Health Insurance Policy, Ministry of Health, December 2023.
The proposed policy.
Oh, Mr. Akwa. This is the document in front of me.
Yeah.
We are going to, folks, we're going to break this down. I am going to read the summary. I'll share with you the situational analysis. I will share to you the financial access to healthcare services. It's all here. It's all here. I mean, it's...
in the proposal of the proposed policy.
It's about a 54-page document.
Yeah.
I have it in front of me.
Proposal.
Yeah. Proposal.
Yes.
So before they went to launch it in February,
yeah.
This is the document of 2023, December. Please, let's come back again. Anyway, you're about to have the world at your fingertips because the wait is finally over. And Telecel is here. Now you have everything you want and need, quick and reliable communication, stress-free money transactions via Telecel Cash, transforming your big business ideas into success stories with Telecel Business and more. Connect with Telecel and enjoy a world of endless possibilities because with Telecel, there's no limit to connections. Telecel, connecting energies.
Now picture this. You are lying in bed after a long day seeking comfort and relaxation, but instead you are met with a mattress that sucks beneath you, a reminder of shortcuts and compromises. These are proposal problems. Your comfort and well-being should have never been compromised. That's why we at Latest Phone prioritize quality above all else. Step into our showrooms and experience the difference for yourself. Our high-quality mattresses and furniture are crafted with your ultimate realization in mind. Picture waking up refreshed, rejuvenated, and ready to take on the day. That's the Latest Phone promise. Invest in your well-being. Choose Latest Foam. Otherwise, you do yourself. Latest Foam, your partner for life. Visit us today and sleep better. Call us tonight. Call us now. No, don't wait till the night. Call us now. 0302-231155 or 0322-008499 or visit us on our online portal, latestfoamghana.com.
Folks, stay with us. We'll be right back.
I send them, you get them. I get them, I send them.
I get them.
I pay them.
Telecel cash. I get them. I take them. Telecel cash.
You get them.
I send them. Telecel cash.
I send them, you get them.
Telecel cash.
I get them.
I buy them. I take them.
I pay them. I send them.
Telecel Cash. Telecel Cash.
Experience the ultimate convenience of sending money on Telecel Cash. Sending money from Telecel Cash to Telecel Cash is free. You can also make payments to merchants on all networks. Enjoy best value and total security with Telecel Cash.
Telecel. Connecting energies.
Hey, Cashman.
Yeah.
Don't you know Nana has assembled all of us and you are here making calls?
My generator is spoiled too. So I'm calling a renowned Ghanaian company with an excellent track record in the sales and repairs of generator sets in Accra to come and repair for me.
Oh, is it Anointed Electricals?
Yeah.
Anointed Electricals deals in quality and genuine generators with high fuel efficiency. We also rent generators.
They sell quality generators from 10 kVA to 2500 kVA. They have spare parts of other generators and can repair every faulty generator set even if you didn't buy from them.
Look, now we don't have any electrical problem in Accra.
Oh, how?
Because Anointed Electricals is right here at East Legon, Lagos Avenue, opposite Tomric Hotel.
And that's why Nana is calling us.
Okay.
Yes.
If you want to buy a brand new generator or repair the old one, visit Anointed Electricals. Or if you are within Accra, call our hotline 0246 423 534
or call 0243 480 334. They have qualified and dedicated men on 24-hour after-sales service.
Then let's go and listen to Nana. Let's go.
Hey, gosh, after giving you the hint, won't you give me anything?
Anointed, the generator experts.
ACE Events Management UK presents the 30th anniversary of the Water Africa and West Africa Building and Construction Exhibition and Seminar from June 26 to 28 at the Accra International Conference Center. The event offers a unique opportunity for companies worldwide and locally to showcase their products and services in the water, sanitation, housing, environment, and construction sectors. Attendance is free. The exhibition will complement a 3-day seminar covering vital topics on water and sanitation, building and construction, and a CPD course and workshop by Professor Bob Ando. Attendance to the seminar and exhibition is entirely free. For more details, visit www.aceevents.com or call 0556 304 521. Thank you to our sponsors: Syntex Tank, Herring Connect Tunneling Services, Polytank, Aquagrow Limited, Water Resource Commission South Africa, and Aquagrow. Ministries of Sanitation and Water Resources, Works and Housing proudly endorse the event. Media partners: Joy News, Joy Business, and Ghana Web.
My name is Acrobato. I like my mind peace. That's why I go get my bumper insurance from Holland Life. Just yesterday, my Abushapeni asked everybody to pay 1,000 Ghana cedis for a penny funeral. But Masa, Nukureni, and Mosomekora. My bumper helped me cover cost of funeral and any disability cost by paying 2 Ghana cedis per Bushumibia. A simple cry.
Yes, with as little as 2 Ghana cedis, you too can have peace of mind about cost of injury and funeral by simply registering with Mibambo Insurance from Holland Life. Just dial *269# on MTN or Telecel and follow the prompts. It's really that simple. Enjoy peace of mind today, knowing your tomorrow is covered. Mibambo Insurance, made for you.
Isn't the best place to find the lovers of the bar.
Coffee in your cup. Enjoy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet. On Joy 99.7 FM.
And trust me, I'll give it a chance. Now take my hand, stop, and the man on the jukebox, and then we start to dance. And I'm singing like, girl, you know I want your love. Your love.
conversation about the National Non-Resident Visitors Health Insurance Scheme, or if you want, policy. Because this morning we woke up to a statement from the Ministry of Health, signed by the Minister of Health, indicating that it was only a proposal from the National Health Insurance Authority. What we have done this morning is to show you the period when Kweku Agyeman, then Health Minister, launched this, at the time when Bernard Okoboy was actually the CEO of the National Health Insurance Authority. So what's all about this, and why is it generating a lot of issues or controversies? Kwame Sapong is a pharmacist. He is a fellow of CDD Ghana, and he's joined us via Zoom. Kwame, good morning, and thank you very much for joining us. If you could kindly unmute, Kwame, so we can hear you.
Yeah,
Great.
Good morning, Raymond and Winston, and good morning to all listeners.
Great, Kwame. So, Kwame, I mean, we've been talking about this. You started by asking a few questions, even on social media. What do you make of all of this and the back and forth? Now, government says it's only a proposal from the National Health Insurance Authority. It's not a policy of the government.
Well, I think this whole thing needs to be unpacked properly. And why do I say that? I mean, let's get it straight. Nobody who is right-thinking would doubt the requirements for insurance on health at any point in time, especially when globally we are marching towards universal health coverage, which is clear that money should not be a barrier at a point of use of healthcare.
Sure.
So obviously, that must be put in context. But then here is the thing. I've seen a lot of people have a number of conversations around this whole thing when it came out first as a snapshot, because obviously a lot of people hadn't read the policy. And I kept saying on social media that there was a policy, and in the next few days, things would start coming out. What do I mean by that? By travel convention, there is a clear definition for a visitor and a temporary resident and a permanent resident. The clear definition is normally below 6 months. If you are sojourned in a country for below 6 months, unless, of course, you're on a contract, like you're going to do some research work or some educational foundation or something like that, or you are on a speaking tour, you are generally considered a visitor. Normally from 6 months to, depending on the country, let's say about 5 years, you are a temporary resident, after which permanent resident status kicks in. So generally, between the 6 months and the 5 years, there is normally for most countries a requirement, because you're a temporary resident, that you have an insurance cover while you're resident there. In most countries that are covered by welfare states, the UK in which I live, for example, and a lot of the Scandinavian countries, there is a health monopoly when it comes to the health welfare state. What do I mean by that? Like, you come to the UK, there's the National Health Insurance, National Health Service, which provides health to all, irrespective of status. But they are private insurances as well. So that welfare state insurer is the one who takes what's called the health surcharge for the temporary residents. But when it comes to visitors, when you are traveling, if a country requires you to have insurance, they state it as a requirement. They don't demand of you to purchase it from them. Some countries, like in Scandinavia, would even give you preferred insurance companies. They'll list a number of preferred insurance companies. But that doesn't preclude you from taking insurance from a preferred provider of your choice, as long as it can be used in their country. Because they know that there are some people, like diplomats and those who work for the United Nations and all that, who can be visitors but are covered by other forms of global international cover. So you cannot force such people to buy insurance from you. So the first thing for me is, when I saw this, that was why I asked my questions. Was it a monopoly for the visitors? Because by law, even the National Health Insurance Act that you read gives the NHIS a monopoly to provide insurance for those who are temporary resident in Ghana. But the question then became, if someone was traveling into Ghana who had insurance cover which could be used in Ghana, did they need to get this insurance as of necessity? That was the first thing. The second thing that came to mind was when you read the statement that has been released by the Ministry of Health today, it clearly states that, it's a proposal. It's not been discussed as cabinet. But the quote from Graphic was clear that Dr. Bernard Okoboy said this was going to start on the 1st of July. That gives me a lot of jitters, because if it's not been discussed by cabinet, how was Dr. Bernard Okoboy unequivocal in stating the date? Unless, of course, he's telling us that Graphic is reporting false news or have misquoted him. If they haven't, and the statement doesn't deny that, and if they haven't, then the next thing comes in. Under what sort of law were they coming? Were they coming under a legislative instrument? Were they going to go through parliament? Were they going to go through an executive instrument? And even if they were going to do that, and the information came out yesterday, how long does it take for these instruments to mature? So when you put it all together, then it means that one of two things is happening. The politicians came to test the water because, like you rightly said, there's been a policy since 2023. There was a launch in February by the former health minister. So I think what has happened is that they've come to test the water, because if you realize, a price was quoted as well, attributed to the current health minister. So if it's not been discussed by cabinet, if it's not gone to parliament's fees and charges, how was he so categorical in putting these informations out? That, for me, leaves a lot to be desired. So then the question is, if we are going by his statement of today, which says that, it's going to be an NHIA thing, we need to ask, has the NHIS or NHIA set a fee for these visitors? If they've not, then where is the fee that Dr. Bernard Okoboy was quoting coming from? These are my initial concerns. And this, for me, needs to be interrogated to its lawful conclusion, because we cannot be wish-washy with some of these things, and people come, they test the waters, and then they go away, they test the waters, and they go away. I don't think that is a good approach to health policy. Finally, what I would say is, if you listen to Dr. Da Costa, when Raymond interviewed him, he said this was going to be a revenue stream for the National Health Insurance Scheme.
Yes.
So if it was going to be a revenue stream for the National Health Insurance Scheme, how have the actuarial scientists worked it out? Do they know the premium? Do they know the footfall of visitors? Do they know how much is going to accrue? What are their projections? We need to know that as well. So there's a lot that comes out from the court, the Graphic report, and the statement that has been released this morning by the Ministry of Health. And if you are minded, like I am, to read the policy from last year, you would realize that there's someone not giving us the full picture. And that, for me, is not good enough.
When you read the policy, since you've read the policy, when you read the policy, what do you sense we want to do with all of this?
Well, I sense, like I said, no right-thinking person in health would disagree with the fundamental principle of having health insurance for visitors. I sense that we want health insurance for visitors coming into the country because one of two things: we do not want them to use our public hospitals. That is, even if they would use our public hospitals and not pay the bill or become a burden on the state. But we also all know that a lot of these visitors who come use the private and quasi-government facilities anyway. We all know that they will tend to go to private doctors if they have to. Even a lot of the, embassies in the country as well, they use other health facilities apart from, the public ones. But then we also know that when it comes to certain specialist services, they would have to use the government facilities anyway, because some of these services are only available in the government facilities. So I sense that that is the thinking of those who noted this idea, that you need to have a form of health insurance. So should the unfortunate happen, and your health takes a negative spin, you would have something to fall back on.
Now, is this thinking bad?
No, it's not. I have said from the start, that was where I started my conversation from, that because every country globally, we are going towards universal health coverage where finance should not be a barrier at the point of use of health care, it would be difficult to disagree with the policy. The policy in itself is not a bad thing. And globally, a lot of countries do it.
But you've asked other questions also. You've asked questions like who's going to be underwriting it and all of that. And I know you have basis for these questions. Why these questions?
Because often when politicians come to test the waters and they are unequivocal, as Dr. Bernard Okuboy is attributed to have been, they go by what we say proverbially in Twi, that when the blind man says he'll throw a stone at you, he should surely have his leg on a stone. He should surely have his leg on a stone. So we need to know what stone they are stepping on. And that is why I've asked that question. Because there are rumors, and I'll not put the name out, but there are rumors that there is an insurance company selected to underwrite this. And if that is true, then we need to know the process of the selection. And that is why I'm asking your questions.
Okay. Now, I look at the policy and says the National Health Insurance Authority is the statutory agency of the Ministry of Act and Hood, will, with the object to attain universal health insurance coverage in relation to persons in the country. But I see a part of the document, okay, yes, 25 says, the National Health Insurance Authority will ensure that only private commercial health insurance schemes are qualified to apply for license to operate under the NNRVHIS, and that's actually the National Non-Resident Visitors Health Insurance Scheme.
Thank you. So now, Winston, you see why I asked that question. I asked that question because there is some disingenuity in the statement that the Ministry of Health has put out today. The NHI is the regulator, is the statutory regulator, but they are not going to operationalize this. And private insurers are going to, and that is clearly stated in black and white.
Yes.
The question I ask is, who is or are these private insurers underwriting this policy? Because it is stated in black and white in the policy. And that was why I was saying on social media yesterday, because I didn't want to get into an argument with people who I knew hadn't read the policy. So you remember when you asked me why I was asking the questions, I told you that in the coming days, it will become clearer. And now, you've read the policy and you can see clear in black and white. So anyone telling you that the NHIA is going to be operating it is not giving you the accurate information. They are the regulator. There would have to be a bid to identify the private insurance companies. Who are they? And that is what our eyes should be following.
Yes, and talking about that, it says, in this regard, a certificate of qualification and capability of healthcare providers and facilities will be critically assessed to ascertain their ability to effectively provide healthcare services under this.
So you've gone to my next question that I asked, and that is, how were they selected? When was this tender opened? Do we have transparency in that respect? So now, Winston, you clearly realize that I was asking the questions because I had read the policy and I knew the process by which we had to get to a point where an insurance company or insurance companies are selected. And that was why I was a bit edgy when I saw the unequivocal statement quoting a cost and a timeline. Because the things that should happen before this is arrived at hadn't happened, or if they had happened, we're not aware of it. So was it sole sourcing? If it was sole sourcing, why?
Interesting. Well, the questions will continue. Kwame Sapon, we're glad that you made time to join us this morning. We'll go through the policy for those who do not have the benefit of reading it so they can have a better understanding. But we are glad you're able to join us.
Thank you.
And that's Kwame Sapon, who is a pharmacist and a CDD Ghana fellow. Raymond, so there you have it. I'm sure you've seen the policy, which is actually on the website, Raymond, of the National Health Insurance Authority, or maybe you still insist that's a proposal?
Oh, policy rationale 1.3 is the section.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, the need for a policy for a mandatory NNRVHIS arises from a considered evaluation of the existing gaps in healthcare coverage for non-Ghanaian passport holders who have been visiting the country over the years, in line with health insurance global best practices and the provisions of Act 852. The policy is poised to facilitate a structured, comprehensive, and digitally streamlined health insurance provision, thereby safeguarding the well-being of non-resident visitors and fortifying and enhancing the country's healthcare infrastructure system and its international appeal. 1.31 Addressing accessibility to healthcare services across the country. It says here, as an emerging destination for business, tourism, recreation, pleasure, and other reasons, Ghana prudently recognizes the importance of ensuring that non-resident visitors, regardless of their purpose or duration of visit, have unmitigated access to standardized and comprehensive quality health care at their disposal throughout their visit in the country. The NNRVHIP seeks to ensure that non-resident visitors to Ghana, while navigating through the rich tapestry of culture, business, and scenic beauty of the country, are shielded from potential health-related financial adversaries. This policy, therefore, acts as a safety net, safeguarding non-resident visitors from unforeseen medical expenditures whilst facilitating unimpeded access to essential healthcare, such as any part of the country during their visit. Preemptive risk mitigation is 1.31. These are the reasons for the policy anyway. Now, the cognizance of risks associated with international travel, particularly those pertaining to health, have been heightened in the current global context. In this regard, this policy is envisioned as a tool that preempts and mitigates this risk by ensuring that non-resident visitors, irrespective of their health history and conditions, are adequately covered during their visit to Ghana. This policy emphasizes a no discrimination policy, ensuring that all non-resident visitors are privy to the available comprehensive healthcare coverage, thereby fortifying Ghana's stature as a safe and accommodating destination, particularly for health insurance. The next one says facilitating seamless health care experiences, and it concludes by saying, in line with Ghana's stride towards digital transformation in governance and service provision, this policy will ensure that the process of acquiring and managing the NNRVHI is streamlined, transparent, and efficient. The digital approach will not only enhance the quality of the non-resident visitors' experience, but also promote Ghana's broader trajectory towards digitalization in public service provision. There is also one about reinforcing Ghana's position as a preferred destination. The 1.35 says amplifying economic benefits through tourism, and the 1.4 talks about the scope of this policy. Now, after outlining all of these as rationale for the policy, not the proposal, it appears to many people, as you have said before, that we went through a lot to put this together. If it is the view of Dr. Bernard Okoboy that we are changing our position on this matter, and that we have downgraded the policy to a proposal now, awaiting a fresh review and a fresh engagement of the highest authority in the Republic, especially when it comes to policy, which is cabinet, that can be understood. We would understand that that's what we want to do going forward. And sometimes these things happen in our system, but mostly happens when new governments come in anyway. But within the same government too, somebody may moot an idea, forward it to the highest level, and it will be downgraded along the line by a new minister who may not find it worthwhile pursuing, or may think that it requires some more review. If that is the rationale behind the statement from Dr. Bernard Okoboy, which is signed, it would Well, a lot more scrutiny will not do anybody any harm. You
But
get what I'm trying to say?
Raymond.
It will not do me any harm if there's further transparency and scrutiny on this matter. But to make it look like this is something out of the blue moon, out of the blue, nobody really knew it was happening. It's a proposal from within the circles of the NHIA, and the rest of us in government are not aware. As ministry, we have not even submitted same to cabinet, and cabinet has not approved it. It sounds a bit problematic. It sounds almost like you're throwing dust into the eyes of the people, and that's not what we want to be hearing from the current minister. So yes, there is still room for recovery on this matter. There's room for us to do what is expected of us, especially if we are not in the business of any monkey business. We are not going to do any shenanigans and you know how we do our business in the Republic. But if there's nothing to hide, if it's all transparency and for further scrutiny, I am not heavily opposed to it. I think that any policy in the Republic of Ghana may benefit from a lot more sunlight. It may benefit from a lot more scrutiny and a lot more views that are aimed at improving it.
You see, nobody is against a health insurance scheme for persons visiting the country. Why would you be against it, after all, when they come here? But you see, Raymond, this is if you go to page 28 of the document, so roles and responsibilities, so 4.2, okay, it talks about the roles and responsibilities matrix. Let me read it very well. Objective 1, to establish a framework for the operationalization of the National Non-Resident Visitors Health Insurance Scheme. The strategy will be to develop a standardized and comprehensive NNRV-HIS across the country. And listen to this. Develop a framework for licensing public commercial health insurance scheme entities, okay, for administering the National Non-Resident Visitor Health Insurance Scheme. Responsibility, Ministry of Health or the National Health Insurance Authority. Collaborator, Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration, Ministry of Interior, then you have Ministry of Transport, Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture, Ghana Health Service, GIS, GTA, Christian Health Association of Ghana, and private health insurance schemes. It's here. Then you talk about establish a system for public awareness creation and set up a system for collecting and addressing grievances. So, you see, the setting up a system for public awareness creation, you can see what's happening. So, last month, the National Health Insurance Authority CEO tells you this is his plan.
Yeah.
He's been engaging in stakeholder consultations.
And before that, he actually has been listing whenever he's talking about the four key pillars that he wants to operate with. Yeah.
Yes. And whenever he has stakeholder consultations, he talks about these. Mm-hmm. So it cannot be something that he is not aware of. I mean, are we saying that this is a document that we've actually loaded onto a website? This is the document outlining everything that we intend to do. You know what government is doing by this letter back and forth? It is actually leading people to now begin to ask questions and say, hold on a minute, is there something fishy?
Yeah.
You have to come clean. You have to come clean. Look, you can just say, you have decided that today, anybody who is coming into this country should get an insurance scheme. Okay? So, we would get these insurance companies teaming up with other people. So if you are focused on health, if for instance as NHIA or Ministry of Health you are interested in the health aspect of it, you get the health insurance companies to engage in partnership with others who provide travel insurance to do that. Why must it be, oh, it's not the case, it is the case, it's not the case, it's the case. Now there's evidence of the policy. No longer a proposal. Now, someone sent me a message and said, it says every health insurance company approved by the regulator should qualify. They have been approved for Ghanaians, so they automatically qualify for our guest. You get it?
No, I get your point.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think this would have been much ado about nothing if we don't know the kind of system we find ourselves in. We tend to operate mostly under cover of darkness. You just wonder why. We always have something afoot when we are doing policy or putting it together, the ideas of state and all of that. So it will sound as if, oh yeah, they're about to do frontiers again. So how do we safeguard against that? Because in the same policy, do you know what they were quoting? They say it is $30 to $60. That's what the other countries are actually paying and charging others. Ours our own $45 to $270. Who determined the parameters for that? If your spectrum that you determine in your policy says $30 to $60, why are we looking at 45? Except, I mean, it's very possible that we'll be told that the 45 to 270 is also part of the, proposal, which is not being settled on by anybody. But what is even informing this, and he talks about the actuarials required there, somebody would have done a bit more work, very prudent statistical work, to give us this value and the requirements that are involved in there.
Raymond, we need to go for some messages from our partners.
Certainly.
When we come back, we'll conclude on even the idea, the fact that part of it is a revenue generating scheme that says today, because Ghana has become a destination, you are presented with an opportunity to raise some revenue. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Everyone is running to Bills. Enjoy the peace of mind that comes with acquiring any of our loan facilities. For whoever you are and whatever you're doing, Bills has a product for you. No susu, no deposits. All you need is your Ghana card. Call 0302-200-390 or 0596-928-33 today and live a bill-free life. Bills Microcredit is licensed by the Bank of Ghana. Bills, financing your needs. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, welcome back to work.
Charlie, thanks, bro. Thanks, bro.
Malaria really knocked you down, eh?
Charlie, no joke. Hey, fever, headache, vomiting, loss of appetite. I couldn't even eat my usual fufu.
You and fufu?
How we go do it?
I hope you got tested before the malaria treatment.
Oh, yes, I did. And thanks to Malatu, I kicked out malaria one time.
Sharp. Anyway, sorry to ruin your excitement, but your boss asked of you.
Okay.
She says she has plenty work for you.
No problem, Charlie. Strength day.
You see,
When malaria strikes, take Malatu, containing Artemether and Lumefantrine. Comes in tablet and suspension for the effective treatment of malaria in adults and children. If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult your doctor. Malatu is manufactured and distributed by Ernest Chemists Limited. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Hello there. Are you interested in pursuing a career in the airline industry? Then I have great news for you. Travelex Group Limited is giving you the opportunity to get trained in IATA's travel and tourism courses, as well as other aviation-related professional courses. The modules equip you for diverse corporate fields as well. Training period is 6 months for most courses. Schedules are flexible. 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. for the morning session and 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. for the evening session. Payment plans are also available. Certificates and internationally recognized diplomas are received after successfully going through the program. The Travelex Group is in its 32nd year celebration and is giving out great discounts. So hurry and visit our new office at Cargo Door Airport behind the KLM office. Email us at travelexgrouplimited@gmail.com or call us on 024-656-7898 or 020-813-9985 or 026-688-8000.
Joe Metal Ministries presents Praise Reloaded 2024. Date Sunday 30th June 2024. Featuring Joe Metal, Nathaniel Bassi, MOG, Sumi Sola Agbebi, Ohema Messi, Pastor Isaiah. Also ministering Luigi McLean, Kofi Osopepra, and Nonyam, Jumbo Anabiet, Team Eternity Ghana, CT Praise, Sandra Bwachidua, and Kwekute. Venue Accra Sports Stadium. Time 3 p.m. It's absolutely free. Simply register on joemetalmusic.com to secure
Secure Your Seat sponsors Silicon House Productions, Green Line Juice and Smoothie, Big Ideas Consult, High End Productions, The Family Health Organization, Tank Palace Hotel, Joburg Ghana Limited, Africa World Airlines, I Pay, Ace Protocol Services, Timeline Creative, Access Security, 360 Productions, DDP, Media Partner, Joy Entertainment. Come and have an experience of your life. This event is proudly brought to you by Reverb Studios.
Coffee in your cup and Joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy.
talking about the National Non-Resident Visitors Health Insurance Scheme. Started as a proposal, but there was a policy document for it. And now we go back again, pretending it's only a proposal. At Ekwazuri says, this is just another money-making scheme by the government. It's up to foreign nationals to have insurance when visiting. Don't force it on them. This government. We'll come back and wrap up on this conversation, and then we'll talk about the demonstration against the sale of SNIT 60% of shares in its hotels. But the DVLA Accra Regional Office wants you to know that they've moved. The Accra Regional Office of the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority has now settled into their new home at Hacho on the Bosher Road. For all your DVLA needs, come over to the new office where we are ready and eager to serve you.
Let me bring you some news, Winston. You should know that the new order of retirement is here. Not the one that people suffer plenty. Now you can retire on your own terms with a guaranteed monthly income for the rest of your life. Yes! It sounds very interesting, right? Simply invest a lump sum in the old mutual retirement salary plan. Take note. You just have to invest a lump sum in the old mutual retirement salary plan today and start receiving monthly income to enjoy the perfect retirement. It's that easy. The best part is you get to enjoy salary increase. 16% is what happened in the year 2023 and 2024. Can you believe that? 16%. Now, as well, you sure get to enjoy the salary increase. Call Old Mutual now, 050-453-4333, or visit oldmutual.com, or simply dial *789 *01 hash to request a call. Or brapa ahoton. So Old Mutual will make you do great things every day. Old Mutual do great things every day, and this is the new order of retirement which is here. That's the Old Mutual Retirement Salary Plan. And don't forget, all that you need to do on this earth is to invest a lump sum into the Old Mutual Retirement Salary Plan today, and you start receiving monthly income to enjoy the perfect retirement. It's that easy.
So that's it, Raymond, on the National Non-Resident Visitors Health Insurance Scheme.
The policy.
Yeah, the policy. We've seen it.
The proposal.
You call that a proposal?
Yes,
We've seen it.
Yes.
It was talked about, mobilization, resource mobilization. And it talks about, how mobilization of the requisite resources is key for the policy implementation and success. These include financial and human resources, as well as materials and logistics. It will be the responsibility of the Ministry of Health to work closely with NHIA and other MDAs to mobilize resources from both local entities and international entities to implement this policy. Financing options will include GOG budgetary support, internally generated funds, development partners support, corporate bodies, civil society organizations, NGOs, and public-private partnerships. All of it is captured here.
Now, one interesting part, I don't know which part you are reading, but I'm interested in the policy implementation arrangement and plan.
Sure.
Yes. It says here the arrangement for the implementation of this NNRVHIP have been designed to promote effective coordination, collaboration, and harmonization of efforts of all the public and private sectors, industry actors at both national and international levels. The roles and responsibilities of the key MDAs are as follows. 1. The Ministry of Health. Under the NNRVHIS, the Ministry of Health is expected to exercise its ministerial policy oversight over the implementation of this policy and implementation of NNRVHIS in line with Section 13 of Act 852. It will ensure that all relevant institutions and individual actors in both the public and private sectors provide high-quality healthcare services to non-resident visitors who subscribe to the NNRVHIS. Specifically, the Ministry of Health will, among others, coordinate the efforts of stakeholders to ensure full implementation, ensure optimal dissemination of the policy to all all stakeholders, collaborate with stakeholders to undertake periodic performance monitoring and evaluation of the policy, and establish mechanism and the enabling environment for the effective administration of the NNRVHRS. There's also the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration. Their job is as the principal ministry administratively and executively responsible for the initiation. For the initiation, formulation, coordination, and management of Ghana's foreign policy. It oversees and coordinates the services of all diplomatic missions abroad and some other organizations. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration, together with the diplomatic missions abroad, constitute our foreign service, which is charged with control and direction coordination of Ghana's external relations. Now, it comes to the National Health Insurance Authority. It says here is the statutory agency of the Ministry of Health, established by Act 852, with the objective to attain universal health insurance in relation to persons resident in the country and persons not resident in the country but who are on a visit to the country, and to provide access to healthcare services to the persons covered by the NHIS. The NHIA, pursuant to the combined effort of provisions section 1 and 2, will ensure that the institutions and individuals who provide various services for non-resident visitors are duly authorized to do so under the law. And it talks about that NHIA will ensure that only private commercial health insurance schemes are qualified to apply for license to operate under the stipulated laws, and continues to say in the final round, a certificate of qualification and capability of the healthcare providers and healthcare facilities will be critically assessed to ascertain their ability to effectively provide healthcare services under the NNRVIS. It also brings in the Ministry of Health and all of the other agencies. In fact, it has the Port Health too. It has Ghana Immigration Service and other relevant ministries and departments and agencies. Then it has the NRVIS, will have an implementation arrangement, which will have special purpose arrangements. We also have the roles and responsibilities you had alluded to earlier.
Yes. So when it talks about, for instance, the NHIA, making sure that that only commercial, private commercial health insurance schemes are qualified to apply for license. Now, if they are qualified to apply for license, it means that there's going to be a licensing regime, and definitely not all of them would get the license. Well, in this document, you will not get I beg your pardon, you will not get, the entirety of who would qualify for the license, because they're now going through the processes. But that's really what people began asking questions about, because of what we've seen in the past. And the government didn't help matters by, making it look like this is not something that has been thought through. There's something that we're just, thinking about. But they definitely would know at this point, because there's a talk about revenue. There's a talk about revenue generation. And so once they bring in the talk of revenue generation, it clearly means they are looking, they know how much they want, they know how much they're likely to get. Because like we're saying, they actually talk about the fact that because of Ghana having become a destination for tourists, this will provide
that's true.
An avenue.
And I want to facilitate the kind of experiences you have when you're coming into the country.
Yeah.
And that we do not only want you toiling around and having difficulties with health, and that you should pay something small to us so that I can access a healthcare when you're in the country, so that when there's any difficulty, we are trying to prevent what's mostly called out of pocket at the point of service delivery when it comes to healthcare, which on the face of it sounds like a very sensible policy, which is what has been advocated and advanced by virtually everybody who's spoken on this matter. Except that when you shroud it in all of these, we will do it, we have not done it. Because, Winston, sometimes we should be clear. The man who gave some further details in the graphic story, his name is Dr. Isaac Morrison. He is a vice chairman of the technical working group on the Visitors Health Insurance Scheme. There's a technical working group. He is the vice chairman, that's Dr. Isaac Morrison. And he's also a member of the NHIA board. So it's not as if he's alien to the system and does not know anything and just woke up one morning to now come and give us some detail and justification as to what's supposed to happen in that sector Okay, so that is the indication there. But we understand cabinet is here to approve it. We understand proposal will have to be scrutinized further. And after further scrutiny, we will get to the bottom of this matter. Hopefully, we will get all of those issues.
Yeah, but the most important thing is that, why? If you're coming into this country and, you need to get all of these things, other jurisdictions have it. Or we can actually, because you see, part of the thing also is that once we do it this way and care is not taking Raymond, it becomes one of the issues that would actually make coming to Ghana very expensive. So if you're going, come with your travel insurance. Okay? Come with your insurance. So that, what you can actually do, you can actually look around insurance companies that have even, so if there are the other insurance companies that are, multinational companies that have, operations in Ghana and other things, you can say these are, you can actually get your travel insurance from these entities. It doesn't add so much to their cost. But if you're going for just, health insurance, $45 to $270, that's a lot of money.
Yes, and see, it's also the background we have come from. President announced that we're going to open our borders, and I want to put in place a very effective check at the ports. Remember, during COVID.
Yeah.
Then we are told in our RTI request that a company woke up one morning and then advanced towards government and said, listen, we can do that testing for you at the port. Then government started with that company and came to a determination of the cost involved. Did you get the logic here? See the sequence. President announced. A company advances towards government. No, it's not as if, then we agreed that we're going to do it with them. Then the airport company says, we just rented space for them to do the operations. So then the question will be, who determined that we're supposed to pay $150 per the testing that was required by that particular end at the time? So that this 270, between 45 and 270, will not be as arbitrary as what was determined previously. Then your vision of having more people come into Ghana and get the healthcare that they deserve will be hampered. That vision will be hampered by people thinking that, why am I paying this amount for it? Because in this document, you stay somewhere that averagely they are paying 30 to 65 or so. I hope you are getting my point.
Yeah.
So it should not be with the intent like we have done things in this country. We have just looked for somebody we like, want to give him a job, so we just have to cook something around it and hand it over nicely to anybody. This is why these questions matter. And this is why all the transparency is important. And that's why I am really not worried about let's step it down and let's review and get to the bottom of it matter. So it's not made to look like, we have cooked something nicely for somebody to enjoy in their dying days. Anyway.
We'll continue following up on this. We definitely would get you, more information on this. But another issue on our, table today is the hands off our hotels demonstration. Today being the 18th of June, the Member of Parliament for North Tong, Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa, is currently, leading a team, on a demonstration. So stay with us. When we return after these messages, we would get into bringing you details on that particular one.
We at the Multimedia Group are proud to announce that we are the official free-to-air radio broadcast right owners for Euro 2024. These rights were acquired from Sporty TV, who are the official free-to-air broadcast right owners for Ghana and Nigeria. We will deliver live commentary of selected games, including the opening game and the final, with our team of talented commentators and seasoned analysts on Joy FM, Love FM, Hits FM, Adom FM, Inshra FM, and Asempa FM. Apart from the live radio commentary, the Multimedia Group has also curated some custom Euro 2024 shows on radio, TV, and digital, as well as live viewing events, all aimed at delivering unparalleled experiences of the competition for our audience. The 24-team competition, being hosted by Germany, will run from June 14 to July 11, 2024. The Multimedia Group's radio broadcast coverage of the Euro 2024 tournament is by kind courtesy of Sporty TV and Sporty Bet. Watch selected matches of Euro 2024 live on Sporty TV, channel 36 on your digital TV sets.
Dive into a new era of news consumption with myjoyonline.com, your go-to destination for cutting-edge journalism, giving you the most credible stories from business to politics and from sports to entertainment. myjoyonline.com introduces an upgraded news website meticulously designed to empower you with an enriched browsing experience like never before. Experience the future of news browsing with myjoyonline.com.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town.
On Joy 99.7 FM. Very soon we'll be crossing over to the demonstration, hands off our hotel demonstration. But first, Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited, your number one supplier of quality office essentials, equipment, and furniture at affordable prices, has introduced an online store for your shopping convenience, which means you can now shop by simply logging on to kingdomstoreonline.com without physically coming to any of their branches. It's hassle-free, and they will arrange delivery to your home and office within a reasonable time. And they offer free delivery within Accra and Tema and accept payment via Momo across all networks. Terms and conditions, however, apply at Kingdom. Quality and affordability are their hallmark. So, Member of Parliament for North Tongue, Samuel Okuyetua Ablakwa, speaking to my colleague Maxwell Agbagba on the Joy News channel. Let's listen to what he's saying.
Others are still available to us.
Can you disclose the others to us?
When we get to that bridge, we shall cross it.
Thank you. The minority Chief Rick, Kwame, earlier you had not Member of Parliament, Samuel Okuyetua Ablakwa.
Right, so just a bit of a short thing there, but we'll try and go to the grounds. We'll be getting in touch with Maxwell Agbagba, who's on the ground, so that he can actually, tell us what's happening and how the demonstration is going. But accessing super reliable healthcare should be the topmost priority for you and your family. That's why Multiplus, powered by MTN, is giving you just that today for a subscription fee of just 25 Ghana cedis a month paid on Momo. You can sign on to a health subscription plan that gets you access to unlimited in-store consultations with qualified healthcare professionals and over 160 covered medications and tests at participating pharmacies in the Ablekuma, Sakaman, Dansoman, Mamprobi, and Kaswa townships. And the favorite part is there's a dedicated nurse at the Muti pharmacy who can teleconference a doctor when you need it, so you can access the best consultation services. And to get this great product, all you have to do is download the Ayoba app and sign up today with your Momo account. So just download the Ayoba app and sign up today with your Momo account. Take charge of your health conveniently and affordably. Sign up for Multiplus, powered by MTN today. So live here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. Let's get interactive this morning. We've been telling you about the National Non-Resident Visa Non-Resident Visitor Health Insurance Scheme. And many of you have been sharing your thoughts. Keep your thoughts coming. You can also tell us what your thoughts are about the hands off our hotel demonstration. We'll be getting to the ground shortly now. The Member of Parliament for North Tongue, Samuel Okuyetua Ablakwa, leading a demonstration against the sale of 60% of Snit shares in 4 hotels. And so these hotels are Labadi Beach Hotel, La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, Elmina Beach Hotel, and Ridge Royal Hotel. And they say, look, you cannot do that, so they are demonstrating. Earlier, they had actually petitioned Shraj. They've been, they've asked it not to engage in that, but that's actually the situation, and that's embarking on this demonstration. We'll be getting to the demonstration grounds. My colleague, Maxwell Agbagba, is at the grounds. He'll be joining us shortly, and he'll be telling us what's happening there, the number of persons who are in there, and how the match is going. So Maxwell Agbagba is on now. He's joined us on phone. Let's get to speak to Maxwell Agbagba. Maxwell, good morning. Okay, do we have Agbagba on the line? Okay, I think we're just trying to work the lines. And once we work the lines, we'll get Maxwell Agbagba on. And he'll be telling us more about the demonstration, how it's going on, and what the organizer of the demonstration, that's Samuel Okuyeto Ablakwa, has been saying. The number of people who have joined them, it's important to know, and what is likely to be their petition, whom are they presenting this petition to, because for them, they've actually raised concerns, for instance, about Labadi Beach Hotel, which they say has been making profit. And so if Labadi Beach Hotel is making profit, why do you want to sell your shares in it? And they've also raised conflict of interest issues with the fact that these hotels are being sold to Member of Parliament for Abetifi and Minister of Food and Agriculture, who's also the owner of Rock City Hotel, and Rock City Hotel purchasing these 4 hotels.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
All right, so Maxwell Agbagba is on the grounds and he's joined us now. Maxwell, good morning. Yes, Maxwell Agbagba, can you hear me? Hello, Maxwell, can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, Maxwell, can you hear me?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead. Tell us, tell us how the demonstration is going. Okay, so let's go back to Maxwell Agbagba now.
Please wait.
We have Maxwell Agbagba on. Okay. We'll try and get in touch with Maxwell Agbagba, who will be telling us the situation on the grounds now. The Member of Parliament for North Tong, Samuel Okuyeto Ablakwa, is demonstrating against the sale of SSNIT Hotels, to Rock City, which is owned by the Minister of Food and Agriculture. We're trying to get in touch with Maxwell Agbagba. Once we get in touch with him, we'll get him to talk about what's happening on the ground.
Baby girl, I don't fit that your loving the sweet me. See the way you make me feel like saying on my birthday. Hey, you the tingling on my heart. You the tingling on my heart. You the tingling on my soul. You the tingling on my soul. Now you be my star, oh baby. Now you be my sunshine, honey. Without you, how I go shine. If you leave me, how you go be? Baby, when you call my name, it make me to cool my temper. Biko, come back to me. Eva, make go, baby. Cause I love no be wanting to fair. My friends say me they wonder before how we they play this loving. Now because we love each other, man they come there jealous things. So you're my one and only. You the sing like honey. You the make my heart go tingling. Eva, 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 oh. You're my one and only. You the sing like honey.
So let's get on to the phone lines now, and we're joined by the Minority Chief Whip and Member of Parliament for Adaklu, Gavins Kwame Agboja. Honorable Agboja, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning, Winston, and good morning to your listeners.
Great. So, I mean, this was seen earlier as someone who to Blackwell demonstrating against the sale of these hotels, but you are there. Is it an impression that the minority is giving its backing to this demonstration?
Yes, this demonstration is entirely the minority, getting the minority support. Yes, indeed. My good friend, my colleague, Honorable Blackwell, is still the lead spokesperson against this unwholesome sale of the hotel. So, yes, the minority is fully on board. I'm here with my colleagues to protest.
Yes, but Honorable Agboja, I mean, someone who has petitioned Shraj. So why don't you wait for Shraj to do its work and you're going ahead with the demonstration?
Well, when I'm sure our constitution places a lot of responsibility on that. I'm sure if you see somebody murdering somebody behind your house, you don't wait to go to court. You take the necessary action to stop the murder before the law takes its course. So I don't think it is appropriate. Indeed, if we wait, we would have sold this hotel. Indeed, the process for the sale is now being reviewed because of the protest we are making. So it is not an option to wait until the sale is carried out. And in any case, Shraj does not have the power to cause the suspension of the process. So the process that can be carried out by Shraj is very limited. This is another option.
Yes, but I mean, TUC has talked about how they've spoken to the minister. They've been told of how the process is on hold. You don't trust TUC?
Well, nobody says you don't trust TUC. Indeed, TUC is part of this struggle to save this profitable hotel from being sold to an organization that is not making profit. So this is not to say that we are not in support of the processes that will stop the sale of the hotel. We are basically saying that this is an additional effort to make sure that the sale doesn't go through.
And if this doesn't work?
It will have to work because the state is bigger than a government. The state is bigger than an individual. The state is bigger than the interest of any individual. Let me unpack it for you. As we speak, Labadi Beach Hotel is more profitable than Rock City. As we speak, government came to Parliament to give tax waiver to hotels belonging to some people close to them. Government itself went further to cajole Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund to invest $50 million into the Pullman Hotel with the Platinum Properties. Go to the airport city now and see. That project, after investing $25 million, have been abandoned. So this government does not have the capacity to improve hotel business in this country. This sales has nothing to do with improving the lot of Labadi Beach Hotel. In any case, If a hotel makes a profit of over 30 million Ghana cedis, and then a company that made a loss of almost 2 million Ghana cedis is buying it, does it make sense? It has nothing to do with the personality behind the company that is trying to buy this. It has nothing to do with, even if the name was Winston, Kwame, or Okujeto, the process is wrong, the principle is wrong, and it's wrong.
So for you, it is not just about Bryan Acheampong, but it's the fact that you cannot sell a profit-making hotel.
Well, that is because today I have a lot of young people in Adaku who are looking for a job. I'll be happy if the hotel is expanding and can make profit. That is the point. And the obvious attempt by government to sell everything. Look, we have civil servants calling us that I've just received a letter. I have to vacate my official residence by end of July. We saw how the site for the cathedral was taken by force. As we speak, we spent $58 million. It is, a project that nothing can be done with. Every prime land in this city is being taken over by individuals close to government, allegedly. And we think that it is wrong. How is the Rock City going to prove that they have the capacity to make more profit than what Labadi Beach Hotel is having? And guess what? Irony is this. The hotel is called Labadi Beach Hotel. I'm told that Freddie Blake's children have gone to attempting to buy the beachfront. So in fact, we even have to change the name from Labadi Beach Hotel, because if you call it a beach hotel and they haven't got access to the beach, then what kind of beach hotel is that? So this is in principle an attempt to stop government from further actually distributing profitable and viable strategic investment to individuals in government.
I'll come back to your official residence thing, but when you talk about the fact that, the process is wrong, SNIT actually advertised, requested for interest, people expressed interest, and then they say Rock City presented the most viable proposal. What's wrong with that process? Okay, let me give you why it is an unwholesome process to start with completely. It doesn't matter whether it was advertised. First of all, STC is one of the businesses in the portfolio of SNIT. The worst performing of the portfolio is STC, making huge losses all the time. If any SNIT portfolio needs urgent investment, it is SNIT that needs urgent investment. It is STC that needs urgent investment. Guess what? Because it's making a loss, they are not interested. They are interested in selling the ones that are making profit. That is how unwholesome it is. So it doesn't really matter whether the process was started genuinely. I mean, is it the case that if you genuinely advertise to sell Parliament today, we should say that you advertise to sell it so you can sell it? No. This is not about Bryan Acheampong. It's not about Winston. It's not about Kwame. It's not about Okujeto. It's about the principle that as a country, yes, we have some assets that are strategic. I would have been happy if the government brought a bill to Parliament to add another investment that will expand the hotel industry in Ghana. I will support that. So that is why when they came to Parliament to do the Pullman Hotel, we only questioned the capacity of the developer. And guess what? We told them so. That project has collapsed today. After investing $25 million of you and I's money, that project has been abandoned. Now, you say that your official residence is... what has happened to it?
No, I'm saying that official residences belonging to civil servants have been sold out day and night. And we get calls from civil servants saying that I've been given up to a period to vacate my house because it belongs to somebody else. Recently, we had calls to receive SOS from Parks and Gardens. That they were there and somebody came and said that Parks and Gardens around WAEC has been sold to somebody. Who will not allow that to happen?
All right. Governor Kwame Agboja, thank you very much and all the best with your demonstration. That's the Minority Chief Whip and Member of Parliament for Adaklu Raymond. He's joined the demonstrators. He says they must not allow that to happen. It's the fact that you cannot be selling profit-making entities. It's not about who's buying it, but you just can't sell profit-making entities.
It's interesting, isn't it? We had this conversation the other time. And the other argument that came up was, some of them are profit-making, others are not doing so well. And so there are some of them that really would need some investment. If we agree SNIT is no longer interested in these hotels, what will be the way forward? That's a key question that we have to ask ourselves as a people. But are we that incompetent? Are we incapable of managing 6 hotels? This country has a lot of state-owned enterprises. We have a long list of them. In fact, people sometimes forget there are 3 groups. There are state-owned enterprises, the ones that we own in its entirety or have majority of shares in. There are also joint ventures where we have engaged others and we are in some arrangement with them. And there are also ones that we just have state interest. I hope you get what I'm trying to say. Yeah. That's what SIGA is supposed to be as an authority superintendent. We sometimes make it look like we do not have competent hands in government or within our system or in this country to manage them. We know that Labadi had problems until they got some revival along the line. Why is that revival model not good enough for the rest of the institutions? Why should it be left alone to Labadi anyway, when we knew it worked out? Why do we deliberately put in sometimes misfits, people who are not being recruited anywhere? We give them jobs to do, especially when it comes to government companies. We give them some of these jobs. They stay on the job. They mismanage the institution. They will now make it a liability for all of us to now come and deal with. What prevents us from putting in the right people? What prevents us from going the Ghana Exim Bank way, where a properly constituted board advertises for every qualified Ghanaian to apply? Then out of that, the board selects without considering whether you have contributed or your father or your uncle is in government. To be the leadership of this, so that I turn around, give them, as Siga said some time ago, performance contracts. So you are there for 2 years as manager. If you fail, we boot you out and put another person. How is it difficult for us to do some of these things? Why do we consistently make it look like the same Ghanaians, when they are running private companies, they are excellent people, but when it turns to government, they become so incompetent, they are incapable of anything else? So then we use as a justification to now hand it over fully, that we have no control in it. Sometimes we should also appreciate the history behind some of these institutes. I've sat here and said that it was the urgency of a NAM conference that led to we getting Labadi together. And it was under a year that we had to actually build Labadi Beach Hotel. The idea was that we needed those conferencing facilities, or we missed out on the opportunity to actually host the NAM conference. Have we no longer use for facilities like that under government's purview? What will be the relationship now with government going into the future? So we should be a bit more careful in the selection. I think it's too simplistic to just be saying that our perfect way out is, everything is not working, so hand it over. Then, wasting, I can suggest to you ministries that are not working, which may equally require the touch of a private man to fix properly. I don't know if you are getting my point.
Yeah, I get you.
Except we have reduced the solution always to, and I'm not even talking about whether or not Bryan Acheampong is in government and all the possibilities around that. I am saying let's not be simplistic in our evaluation of the problem with state-owned enterprises by just saying merely because we handed over to a private person, we have solved the problem. And I've given the example of what happened with Labadi Beach Hotel and the process we went through, that we are now so proud of it. We now rehearse the 25 million, the 15 million, and the amount it pays as dividend to its shareholders. We can equally do what we did with Labadi with the rest of the companies. And in any case, why? The Snit, what else are they doing? We took away other responsibilities from Snit, right?
Yeah.
So that you can focus on it. So today, what else are you doing? Your job is to take monies from wasting, who will come back in 20, 30 years to have a conversation about that money. Why is it so difficult for you to be able to manage that amount of money? Why do we have a list of 9 or 12 members who are so-called claiming to be board members? Why do we have such an institution? If you see the structure that SNIT runs at regional levels, at district levels, and so many other levels, all of those people, what's their use? If they cannot manage, in addition to what they're supposed to be doing, just 4 or 5 hotels and interest in them. Exactly what's so big about these things that we have to necessarily, without we offloading them, SNIT will collapse tomorrow. Is that really the biggest problem with SNIT? So please, see, we like simplifying matters with the intent to, sometimes you don't know whether it is with the proper intent, with the intent to just let them go. Then 10, 15 years later, we'll come to a review and say, oh no, we made some of these mistakes. It is possible. If the people cannot manage it, change the people who are managing it. I will not lie to you. I've been to some of these hotels. I would anyway endorse, for example, changing leadership or some of them. I do not have a difficulty with that. But it cannot be said on any day that merely because a leader, be it a manager or a unit leader, is non-functional, your biggest solution is to sell it off. Especially when we recently recruited very wonderful leaders out of family members or related people in government to merely go and actually worsen the plight of these companies. So have we made them account for what they did within a period? It's not a justified way of trying to turn around the fortunes of these groups. Or to us, our biggest solution is let it go if we think it's a managerial or other problems. We should take, and of course, sometimes you would have expected that the representatives of Labour would have been representing the interests of the people in this case. Those ones who sit on the SNIT board and others.
Yeah.
If Ukujato had not started making noise, that press conference by Labour would not have happened. We know that. This pretends that we've been using 2 years to get a meeting with the president. And that's what they told us. They said they've been looking for a presidential meeting on this matter for 2 good years.
And yet they got the meeting immediately?
Yes! And we're still sitting there waiting. That in the future, maybe after his tenure as president, Akufo-Addo will meet them. I mean, sometimes you are not sure whether in whose interest so-called representatives of Labour, because let's assume that all the government representatives don't represent our interest. You too, who is for the ordinary worker. Then later on, you come and mount platforms and create the impression that you are heavily opposed to it, when this could have been done right from the beginning. Anyway.
You see, you asked the question. We've seen the case of Labadi Beach Hotel.
Yeah.
And, I mean, because of your understanding of law, a decision to pay dividends, is, so you made this amount of profit and decided, I'll pay this as dividends. It means the hotel is very profitable. Now, we took a decision some years ago to have Labadi Beach Hotel undergo a management contract.
Yeah.
Now, the whole idea of the management contract is that you have these entities, and you have people who are specialized in the management of hotels. So all you do is to hire them, come into your country, manage your hotel. At the end of the day, you agree what they will do, and they make the profit and do what? Pay you dividends. It's as simple as that. In 2016, right? I think 2015, 2016, La Palm Royal Beach Hotel signed a management contract with a firm from South Africa that was actually managing Labadi Beach Hotel. Now, they were the people who actually brought the chef from South Africa to Labadi Beach Hotel. Chef Gary. When Labadi had to undergo that management contract. Now, and this is the thing. Labadi Beach Hotel, even though it's a subsidiary of SNIT, is managed by another subsidiary. Okay? So the Golden Beach Hotels are different from Labadi Beach Hotel.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. So there was even at a point in time that the management of Labadi Beach Hotel was willing to take over La Palm Royal Beach Hotel.
Yeah.
La Palm Royal Beach Hotel is a conference hotel. There are a lot of conference rooms. What happened to it? I mean, that's something that we all know. Today, the hotel is in a bad state. But it's just because, again, we did what we have consistently been doing in this country. That, okay, you are my ally. Go and manage this facility.
Yeah.
You go and manage that facility. And so it's no longer you managing a facility based on your competence, but it's you managing a facility based on your association with me. And that's what we do in this country.
We have to share jobs.
Yes, we have to share jobs. And so we're sharing jobs. As for Labour, the least said about them, the better. I mean, the better. Because
and I feel very disappointed more in them, because if people could not trust that government would represent their interest, you who is also there for the worker, really? How on earth do you even justify this conduct? And so we've been trying to have a meeting for 2 years, and that's your excuse. That, we couldn't. We know Labour in the Republic of Ghana. Immediately all these things happen. Look at the speed with which they held like 3 press conferences within a week. Where were they previously?
And that's the problem. So, look, today, Elmina Beach Resort, in the last year, made profit. Elmina Beach Resort made profit. It did not make a loss. It made profit. What do you do to enhance its profit-making ability? Is the question we should be, is the discussion we should be having today.
So SSNIT, with all of this, many employees cannot do that. Respectfully, sometimes we tend to pretend that we are creating problems for ourselves. We have different stratas that we have built as an institution. You have an investment. If there's a bigger justification for why you should want to relay your investment, but this we cannot manage because our hands are full with other things and it's not performing, it's quite lazy to my understanding. It's almost as if, and I keep saying it, but people don't get it. It's almost as if our solution is outsource Winston when we can't manage. Then I can list for you ministries, departments, agencies in our government today. If I somehow even extend it to the entirety of our governance being outsourced. Because why? The evidence before us is that you've done very poor performance. It's not so.
Yeah.
We have the evidence suggested. All of the DDEP, all these so-called landmark, what they call it, debt arrangements that you're having, is because you have failed.
Yeah.
Then should we outsource government as an entirety too? Is it possible? Is it reasonable?
No.
So why do we sometimes entertain some of these ideas? Oh, no, we're incapable of it. Why? The Agric minister and his firm is not a Ghanaian company.
It's a Ghanaian company.
So if a Ghanaian company can do it because Ghanaians are in charge of it, just find the right Ghanaians to be in charge of the hotel. That's all.
Exactly.
What is this big deal to do with, oh, well, after the management, we can't touch it. After the people, we don't know them.
This consistent running down of state entities, and then we sell them.
Yeah.
So we run them down, and then we go back and say, so very soon, this is the point, very soon. Now, if look, if I'm a businessman who acquired 60% of these hotels, after a year or two, I'd offer to buy the other people out.
That's true.
And control it fully.
Yeah.
Because I'm the majority shareholder.
That's true.
It's as simple as that. So today, we run facilities down, state facilities down, turn around, and then say, well, they've been run down, we can no longer manage it, so we're going to, give it out, we're going to sell it. What kind of life is that? Well, we'll come back to that. But look, stay ready for unexpected funeral and accidental disability costs with Mibambo Life Insurance on MTN and Telecel by Holland Life. Because as little as 2 Ghana cedis, 10 Ghana cedis, 25 Ghana cedis or 50 Ghana cedis per month, you can get up to 30,000 cedis for funeral and accidental disability cost. Just dial *269# to register on MTN or Telecel, and automatic monthly deductions be made from your mobile money wallet. Add as many as 7 biological dependents to cover your spouse, children, parents, grandparents, and in-laws. No stress at all with a quick claims process. Get some Asumdue with Holland Life Mibambo and live your best life. There's insurance made for you. Terms and conditions apply.
Now, are you ready for the most exciting inter-school debating competition of the year? It's the 6th edition of the annual Ashanti Regional Senior High Schools Debate. This is brought to you by your superstation, Love 99.5 FM, in partnership with Pepsodent Cavity Fighter. From 14th of June 2024 to the 5th of July, join us live on Love FM and 99.5, Monday to Friday, from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. We're also live on Facebook at Love FM, and also the Joy FM Facebook page and X, that's Twitter, former Twitter. Witness the contest of wits, intelligence, and amazing debating skills from students of Prempeh College, T.I. Ahmadiyya SHS, Opokuwari School, St. Louis SHS, which I'm hoping they'll win. Yes, Konongo Odumase SHS, Opon Memorial SHS, Presbyterian SHS, Kumasi High School, and many more. The 2024 Love FM Pepsodent High School Debate has entered its 1-seat stage, proudly brought to you by the Multimedia Group, Love 99.5 FM, Joy 99.7 FM, Hits FM, Joy Prime, and Joy Learning TV channels. Our partners include the Ghana Education Service, the Conference of Heads of Assisted Senior High Schools, and the Ashanti Regional SRC. The event is sponsored by Jackson University College, Christian Service University, Big O, Big Refreshing Moments, and Cowbell, Our Milk. Come cheer your alma mater to victory. It's the Love FM Pepsodent High School Debate. Who grabs the bragging rights in this year's debate? Watch out. This event will be live on Joy Prime and Joy Learning TV channels, and also on Multi TV, right?
Yeah. So we are the Multimedia Group. We are proud to announce that we are the official free-to-air radio broadcast right owners of Euro 2024.
Yes.
Yes, so, we'll deliver live commentary on selected
you
games.
Did you listen to yesterday's show?
I listened to the opening, opening game. I listened to the commentary. There was one I was listening to Daniel Cranting and Victor Chitama.
Yes.
They were on. But apart from the live commentary, the Multimedia Group has also curated custom Euro 2024 shows on radio, TV, and digital platforms, as well as live viewing events, all aimed at delivering unparalleled experience of the competition to our audience. The Multimedia Group's radio broadcast coverage of Euro 2024 tournament is by courtesy of Sporty TV and Sporty Bet. Watch selected matches of Euro 2024 live on Sporty TV, channel 36, on your digital TV sets. Well, it's just about 4 minutes to 10. That means the end of today's edition of the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. On behalf of the team, thank you so much for listening. My name is Winston Amoa.
My name is Raymond Aqua, and this is it's a proposal, not a policy.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, have you seen the statement from the NHI CEO on Facebook?
No, I'm here to see that.
Well, he's actually shared the policy document. So. Okay, let me just do it this way.
How?
Yes.
I mean, the proposal document.
Well, he's also shared the policy document, and I just want to share it with you. We are going, but let me just share. Let me just share this with you. It says, disregard the misinformation on the visitors' health insurance. Please disregard the misinformation on the costings of foreign visitors insurance, ranging from $45 to $240. No decision has been taken by the National Health Insurance Authority, Executive Management, nor the board on the way forward of this National Non-Resident Visitors Health Insurance Policy developed in 2023 and launched in 2024 before my assumption of office.
Clarity, that's important.
Folks, join us tomorrow for another edition of the Super Morning Show.